I only think
Oh, there we
they
go.
two probably could.
Well, they're not talking too loudly,
Yeah.
so this would really come down to if you were paying attention, and trying to listen. But a lot just happened to everyone, and so your focus might not have been on Bart seemingly going crazy and talking to someone that you don't really recognize. It's a very Bart thing
Sorry,
to
I'm on
do.
a different setup and I'm trying to find all of my shit right now.
It's not that much of a Bart thing to do. Oh yeah, it is. Who am I kidding? Who am I
Can-
kidding?
Can I ask Zane if the person that we're looking for is downstairs?
Zane looks to you, picking up or pulling a knife out of one of the bodies, tossing it back to you, which is your twisted dagger that you had thrown at the individual earlier. So you can add that back to your inventory, or at least know that you now have it again. And then picked up his knife, sheathed it, looks to you, and then looks over to the prisoners. Well, I believe that one of them should be the one I'm looking for, but I only have a name, and we're not exactly done with this vehicle yet. There's still people that we can't let get away. The main quarters should house the notes needed to figure out where this person should be.
Okay.
So who was our highest perception? Lauren with a 14. You hear bits and parts. You hear things that sound outlandish, and you think that, for a second, Bart might think that he actually is somehow married to this individual. But I mean, what are the odds of that? So maybe Bart's going a little crazy. Maybe he's having a breakdown. You do hear parts of seemingly some story about Bart's past and him talking about some person named Claire. You don't hear everything, but you hear enough to get a bit of a gist of what might be happening, if he's not insane.
Do you think somebody should stay down here and watch all the slaves?
You say this, and Echo, as she's pulling an arrow out of one of the dead bodies, looks over to you and says, yes, I'm going to stay here with Mushu and try to unchain these prisoners and make sure they stay safe and give them any food and water I can, and make sure nothing happens to them. But you guys should continue and make sure that there's nothing left to worry about.
Well, if I were you, I would get them off of the ship, off the mechanical structure. I do not know if it will blow up.
You say that, but then Tempest, you hear this and immediately remember that you got shot and almost pierced in the arm by a ballista that's clearly watching this ramp. If you want to speak up and tell that information, you can.
Picking them off.
Guys, I think we should leave the prisoners here until we go clear the quarters. Zane just told me that we'll find out which position the person that we're looking for is in.
Why?
So what is going on? Abigail looks to you again, and I'm gonna assume that, have you started to take her chains off? How are you? Are you leaving your wife chained up in front of you, or?
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna be taking the chains off.
And how are you gonna do so?
Oh boy. How could Bart do this?
Currently, you would have to either try to break them or lockpick them. No one has looked or found any keys that would fit into a lock like this.
Guess I'll try picking the lock.
With what?
Oh wait, I don't have tools for that.
And I don't think you even have a dagger to replace as a disadvantage, so.
I do have a dagger.
Oh?
I'll use Pact of the Blade to conjure a dagger.
Okay. So you kind of use a bit of a twirl in your hand and make a dagger kind of appear almost out of thin air. And you use it at a disadvantage to try to pick the lock. Oh, Sydney left.
That's gonna be a 9. That's not gonna work. I can already feel it.
So you get the dagger in there. You feel like for a second you might actually manage to do this, surprisingly. but then you hear kind of like a ching, and you're like, oh, I got it. And you have probably damaged these chains.
Great work, me.
Hey Zane, if there should be information about the target that we're looking for down here, do you think there's also a way to release them?
Well, I would imagine that someone here would probably have the keys, or they would be nearby. I don't know if we could get the manacles off the slaves, but we could definitely get them unattached from the floor.
We could lockpick.
Hey, Steam's stupid fucking down. Okay, so while this is going on, Zane does point over to the beefier man that you guys had fought. You guys had fought 2 guys. It went down pretty easily. But there was one who was at the back of the room who worked his way forward, killing one of the individual slaves as he tried to get to you guys. Zane points at him and says, if there's any chance that there's keys, I'd assume that he might be the one that was holding them.
He's pointing at a dead guard body? Oh.
Yeah, the more experienced of the 3 men that you guys had fought down here, who was originally
Can I
sitting
look
at the
for
back
keys?
of them. Yeah, so roll me an investigation check.
Six.
It takes you the better part of 5-10 minutes. You do manage to find a ring of keys, though.
I found some keys! And I
Nice.
jingle them.
Which one? Which body was this?
This was the This was the one that tried to first crossbow at someone, killing one of the men in the back of the head, and then running at you, trying to attack you.
Okay.
He was the beefier of the 3. He was clearly more experienced and unfazed by the fact that it was 1v6.
I'll toss the keys to Echo. And since you want to stay with the slaves, you can start chaining them.
She catches them, nods her head, first making her way towards Bart, because she has also noticed Bart is now paying close attention to this one person.
Being a crazy person. Good old Bart, always fucking around.
Let's see if she can make a roll to find the right key, or how long it takes her. Is anyone else doing anything? So currently, you guys are. I never really laid out a good description of this because you guys got right into fighting. So this room is kind of a very large. It's 15 feet high chamber, mostly 20 feet wide, and it goes fairly far back. At the back of the room, you can tell there is a small table and chair where the experienced guard was, with 2 what seems to be very reinforced doors. And then there is a door along the wall on the same side as the stairway that seems to be locked by many different padlocks and chains. Whatever's inside that, who knows? There's a staircase that leads upstairs further into the place where 2 guards had already come running down from. And you notice, and this is a weird sight for a lot of you, but for Abba, this is a familiar sight to you. You notice that there is lights in here. And I don't mean fire. I don't mean torches or lanterns, but glowing, like, orbs.
Like
electrical, yes. They're
okay.
like, these seem to be rods that are being powered or glowed by some kind of energy, producing a light and heat. Very akin to...
Would this be like the first time that I've seen this in this world, or?
In this world? Yes.
Okay. I just look at him and sort of nonchalantly go, and I keep it in my mind. But I wanted to walk over to this here chest. Or
that would be a
right?
table, yeah. And originally did have the keys, but the guard had taken them onto his person. So the table's currently empty. You do notice as you get closer, the doors seem to be cell doors, with slits that are currently closed, where they would typically either put food into or look inside of.
Oh, okay. Then, man, fuck it. It's fine.
Not gonna look inside of them.
I mean, so like, is this door closed or is it open?
So there's 2 doors, one on the left and one on the right, and you can gather that they're probably more reinforced or sturdy cells. The slits are closed currently, so you can't see inside. You don't know what's inside there. You're just guessing that there's cells.
Oh, okay. Can I push it open? Does it open?
It does not. It is locked.
Oh, yep.
Oh, he's probably restarting his computer.
Oh, yeah. Yikes. It doesn't budge whenever I try to open it.
No, and you do notice there is a hole
For like
where
a key slot.
Yeah, would go in.
Did I notice whenever Arya? Well, I was like right next to her.
Yeah, you noticed that she did find it. She said out loud, like, I found a pair of keys and tossed them to Echo.
Oh yeah, sure. Arya,
Yes.
may I borrow the keys, please?
Echo has them.
While this was going
Echo!
on, Echo came over to you, Bart, and spent the better part of like
Up.
2-3 more minutes here. Like, you guys have spent a lot of time in here, hopefully not to your detriment. She takes another 2-3 minutes. She manages to get the chains off your wife unshackled and untethers her from the floor. If you very akin to what you see in this picture on the map, there are chains that are fused to the floor that got attached to each prisoner once they got brought onto the transport to add on top of the manacles that were already placed on them.
And they really don't want people to move around on this.
Nope.
A wiggly vehicle.
Are these
Um,
doors here that we can see, or?
Yeah,
what
so
I'm trying
those
to
were doors that Abba was inspecting.
Yeah.
And you also see another door that looks very ominous because there's multiple locks and chains all over it against the wall close to the body you
Hey,
had looted.
Zane. What's this door? Do you know?
Yeah, so Zane walks over. While this is going on, Abba Echo hands you the keys, I assume, because you walked up and asked for them. And she does say, if you could give them back soon, so I could release everyone else, that'd be great. And Zane walks over. He says, well, according to the blueprints, Abba, do you remember what this is? And you look at the door and the layout of this place, and you gather from what you saw, the blueprints that you were given, that it should be some form of storage room or treasury where they keep items that need to be locked away until they get delivered to where they're going, whether that's
Sort of
resources, supplies.
Sort of like a storage closet in a way.
In a way, so
Okay.
you know from being here for months now and from looking at the designs and blueprints, this room would have housed a lot of the magical items that got confiscated. It would have gotten a lot of the metals or resources, weapons, things that they don't want people to get to easily in case something like this does happen, where someone tries to attempt to hijack a vehicle of this nature. And they would be locked away until they were brought to one of the portals to one of the nine layers of hell, where they would then get thrown into there. He can't seem to join back. It just said he failed joining.
Yeah, it's not letting me.
I tried sending an invite. I can restart the lobby if I need to. So we stopped for a second. Echo just got the chains off your wife. Abba, you just got the keys. Zane just talked to Abba and Arya about the door and what could possibly be behind it. The more reinforced, scary looking door. Yeah, so who's doing what?
Hold on one second.
Let's start with Bart.
I'm gonna hug my wife.
Roll for hug? No. She embraces you. We have to find Claire. She's out there alone. We have to find Claire.
I know. I won't leave you two behind this time.
Fucking Bart.
I know.
What?
Just the way I know.
I know.
She looks at the rest of you, then looks back at Bart. We need to go. We have to find her. We can't wait.
It's like, I agree. Yeah.
What's
gotta
your
go.
kid look like?
Yep.
Do you know where to look?
Nope. No idea. There's a whole wasteland out there.
Dope.
You gather
Found her. I found the wife.
You gather 3 things while hearing this and knowing what you have to do. You gather that one, looking for your daughter is not going to be easy. It's going to take time. It's going to be a long trip and finding people, finding places, and you may never find her. The second thing you know is that you will not be following the same road that your team of people that you currently formed needs to go. And that if they were to attempt to do this with you, they would be going off track and it could be for nothing. And you know, thirdly, that if you stay, the chances you'll ever find her are gone.
Just so you know, while this is happening, I just have my hands out, just waiting for the keys.
Echo already gave them to you.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah, she gave them to you and said if you could just give them back to her as soon as you could.
Yes, I
There's this heartfelt moment happening, and you're just standing there like,
Yeah.
"Keys?"
Thank you. I'll be right back. Boop. And then you can go ahead and continue.
Well, I feel like the party is pretty well suited to do what needs to be done.
Okay, well, are you going to talk to them at all here, or are you just going to walk away?
Now's probably not the best time to have a conversation with them about this, though. Guys, I gotta go find my kid.
Which at this point, you guys all hear this. This is...
You have a kid
Yep.
with her.
Yep.
I just turn around. Congratulations!
Ari just
It-
looks impressed.
You're years late on the congratulations, but thank you.
Yeah, my years were late a long time ago.
Do you need help finding your kid?
It's gonna be. There's a whole wasteland, guys. It's
No,
probably
we
best if I,
know.
It's probably best if I do this alone.
Do
We
this
don't mind
together.
helping you.
As you said, do this alone. Claire grabs onto your hand and says, do this together.
You mean Abigail?
Abigail, yes.
Clara poofs out of thin air.
Yeah, Claire just appears!
Holy shit!
You don't have to leave!
Whoa, that was very cool!
Did you give birth right here to like a 20-year-old daughter?
Are you the octopus?
I flub, I'm not perfect.
It makes for great content. It's gonna take a long time to find her.
Well, we're getting kicked out of this town in like 12 hours, so let's finish this and go look for a kid.
I need to start as soon as possible.
Well, we're almost done with Zane. We need you, and then we'll go do your daughter.
You
What?
guys will be fine without me. I can
Bart?
just see Dylan putting his head down. He's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Lauren, charm person.
Are we splitting the party already? I like it.
All right.
That'll ruin
At
the
this
DM.
point, I will be taking over Bart.
Thank you. I'm not good at these things.
He looks to all of you while holding the hand of his wife. This is something we need to do as a family. I know you guys will be okay, but I have to go. And holding the hand of Abigail, turns around and starts walking towards the door.
There's a
Alright.
turret out there.
Like on my way out, can I cast Bless real quick on? Let's see. I could do.
What do you need?
I could do what? 2 Oh, I can do 3. So Arya, Tempest, and Abba. I will bless those 3 on my way out. Toodaloo.
Is there a range on that? Because the second you get out of it, I'm...
Oh, it's a 30-foot range. So
Lauren, you were right yesterday when you were saying he's gonna off himself.
I wouldn't be able to get Abba. So Leo, Tempest, and Arya then.
What does that do to us?
It gives you
Advantage on a bunch of stuff.
whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw, and it lasts for 1 minute.
Nice.
That's a concentration. So as soon as I make it 30 feet away from you
In
guys,
typical
you're
Bart,
screwed.
in typical Bart fashion, he gives you something that will only be useful for 1 minute, and you may not get a chance to even benefit from this. And then, holding his wife in his hand, he goes up to the tip of the ramp and kind of hops off the side, out of sight, and Bart's gone.
Shh, I know I'm upset too. Frosting's just fucked up. Bye, Pops!
Okay, so Abba, you were walking up to the doors.
Yeah, I don't really have that much of an emotional connection to him. And then
Who
I'll
the fuck's
just.
that old guy leaving?
So you walk up to these doors. Are you gonna open the slit at all, or are you just full out just unlocking the door?
What do you need? What do
I'm
you
sorry,
need?
what?
Are you gonna try to open and look into the slit at all, or are you just opening the door?
Am I eye level with the slit?
You would be able to see inside to a degree. Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, of course, yeah. I'll give it a look.
Which one?
I'll look into the slit before I put anything in.
Well,
there.
which
If
door?
I can just- Don't they go to the same place?
No, there's one door that
There's
leads
3
to a
doors.
left cell and one door that leads to the right. Like
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, no,
And then this door.
I was thinking that the
no,
door
so
was
yeah,
here.
this is like
Okay.
a little kind of
Yeah.
cubby hole where there's a
Gotcha.
door on each side and a seat.
My fault. I thought like these like closed, and then yeah. We'll just do the left one right here.
Okay, so you open the slit. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I look inside the slit.
Yeah.
Before I open.
So yeah,
it.
roll me a perception check.
For some reason, that dice is taking a second to pop up. It won't let me do anything. Anybody got dice?
I can roll for you if you'd like.
I just rolled for you.
You can try someone else's table too. Sometimes it does
okay.
it.
If you're really zoomed out, try. Oh, I did not
Here,
roll
wait.
for you.
Who rolled that?
I did.
Oh, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
there
go.
it goes.
Yeah, I find zooming in closer to it and making sure that
Oh,
my
okay.
like there's a little red button when I'm looking at it works well.
Okay. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
9, so not that good.
So you open the slit, you kind of look inside, doing your best to look around. You do see a lot of chains, like a lot of chains, but they all seem to kind of go into this middle spot in the middle of the cell with nothing there, and it's hard to see much. It's really dark in the cell. There's no lights similar to the rest of the vehicle, but you might gather that there's no one currently in this cell.
Alright, 1 second. Let me see what I can do here.
Abavine, open this door over here. I want to go inside of it.
We will open up all of them in time. In less than 5 minutes. I'll just go ahead and open this door.
You open the left door. Okay, so roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you can get through some of these keys quickly to find out the right one.
What in the fuck is going on with this dice?
Try someone else's dice tower.
Is it an open one? No one using YOLO? Oh yeah, everyone else is. What the fuck? By hand, that'd be a modified 20.
Okay, so yeah, you start sifting through these keys, putting one in very quick, and you've done this before in your experience. You owned a shop, a home, all this stuff. Like you're used to having a decent amount of keys. So you get through these keys pretty quick. It only takes you like 30 seconds to get the cell open. Sooner or later, after like 20 or so keys, you get one in and you hear a click, and it slowly starts to open.
And then there's the doors come out, or do they go in?
They go in.
Okay, and I'll slowly peek in.
Sorry, they go out. So they
Okay,
would kind
well
of
then.
cover your exit.
That's fine. Well then, I guess I could step over.
Yeah,
here.
you would have to be closer towards, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll give it a little peek. See, I have dark vision, by the way.
Yeah, so you don't see anything in there. It looks like this is a cell that's designed for the worst of the worst, for whatever terrifies the army of a fiend. Like this is a cell where they would put something they do not want getting out. But it's empty right now.
Cool. All right, and now I'll come over to this one. Give a perception in that one as well.
So you open the slit. I need everyone to blindfold.
How do I switch colors? Maybe that's the problem.
At the top right, you click on your name, and you should be able to change teams or colors.
Yeah, there it goes.
But B to blindfold.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah, not you, Corey. You're special.
It's a fair question. He is the one looking inside.
Oh, so I can remove?
No. Okay, everyone can unblindfold. I just had to put something inside the fuck.
Alright.
Okay, so you... I guess I can also... You
Oh.
already opened and looked into the one. I forgot to... There you go.
What am I looking at? Oh, I looked at the wrong map.
So you open the slit. Did you roll me a perception check yet?
Yeah.
What was it?
Where'd it go? It just went away. Never mind.
I rolled an 11.
11
Was it
plus
an
what?
11?
Yeah.
I did, or that's what it was?
You rolled an 11.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that's
sorry.
your last roll.
Okay.
If you look in chat, it'll tell you what the last rolls are.
Yeah, I did. I don't see it. Whatever. I'll just. It's 13.
So you open the slit. You immediately notice that you see someone in the cell. The cell does have an individual in it, and this person is chained. Like, not only do they have manacles attached to their legs, to their arms, like in every way possible to restrict any kind of movement, you see that this person has a giant metal container that encases their hands, preventing them from even moving a finger. They have something that covers their mouth, preventing them from being able to talk, like not even like a gag, but metal that completely covers the mouth. And they have 5 different chains that are attached to the wall or floor that hold this individual in place.
Oh my god.
What are you, Johnny?
I'm gonna. I'll be like, hello.
You don't get a
wait,
response.
you said that he had like a metal band on his mouth or whatever.
He can't talk. He can't move. Like, this person may as well be like encased in cement. Like, they are attached to so many chains that
He's fucking
they
Han
cannot do
Solo.
anything.
He's Han Solo'd. All right, you know what? Fine. I'll slowly open the door, but I'll have my mace like just on my. I'll ready in action in case something happens. Like, if he somehow gets loose quick, I'm gonna bonk him in the noggin.
Okay.
I ain't fucking tricking that shit.
We'll say that it takes you another like minute or so to get through these keys, finding the one that will open the cell. You do so, it slowly creaks open. As it opens, you get a better look at this individual. This is a tiefling, and they seem to be in robes. Not a cloak, not armor or anything of that sort, but they seem to be wearing robes to signify that they represent or are of some sort of order. And they don't respond as you open this door.
Shit. Do I notice if like the chains or anything like that's bound around their? Like you said, it's all chains, right? Like it's just bound.
So there are, to give you a picture here, they have manacles that attach their arms, like around the wrists. They have manacles that attach their legs together. Then they have chains wrapped around the legs themselves to prevent them from being able to open or move their legs. They have chains that hold their arms to their sides. And then they have metal that encases their hands to prevent any kind of movement, almost like you've seen in some kind of movie or whatever the case when they have something that literally just encases the hand to prevent.
Yeah.
And then they have something attached to their mouth to prevent them from being able to speak or move their mouth. And then they have chains from the walls and floor attached to them on top of all that.
Poor little tiefling.
Okay. So do I see their eyes? Like, are they awake?
You do see their eyes. Their eyes are currently open, but they're not responding or trying to look at you.
He's probed. Got a butt plug in.
As this is going on, Zane, curious about the situation and seeing that we'll be getting Sydney's just getting that's right. She's updating me. Zane walks over, looks at the individual, looks at you, kind of seeing what's going on here because you didn't fully open the door. He had room to kind of fit in.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at him and says, "Well, this is what your group has in tail for them if they ever get caught."
Do you know who this is?
Well, based on the clothing and the amount of security on this person, I'd assume it's a magic wielder at the very least. Beyond that, no idea.
So how many people that are on this as slaves were actually bad people?
Well, I couldn't tell you that, but I could tell you that anyone that a fiend or a fiend army needs to enslave typically isn't evil. If they're evil, they don't need to be enslaved. Beyond that, anyone could do anything. And he kind of just walks away, no longer interested in whatever this person could be, because he just knows any magic wielder of any sort is going to be put up in a way where they can't use their hands to do a spell. They can't use their mouth to do a spell. They can't be put in a position where they can do anything to fight back.
Can I lockpick this door?
There are 4 locks on it, so make me 4 rolls.
Don't
What-
break
what
your
would those
thieves'
be?
tools.
D20s, right?
You would roll a d20. Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
She's a
I
rogue.
am.
So then you would add your proficiency bonus.
D&D Beyond usually already adds it for you, if that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I just gotta remember because I think I didn't equip it.
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 4 D20s.
We'll do one at a time for now, so just roll me one.
Oh my god, but now my fucking thing doesn't work. On to the next table.
Musical chairs.
Maybe if you like pick yourself up and pick yourself back up.
Hey,
So
Abba, can you toss me those keys?
so you
Will you
attempt to try to pick this first lock. You spend a long time. It feels like every time you start to get close, you end up just not being able to find it.
Sounds about right. Well, fuck. My bad.
1 second. I was reading something. I have a lot going on here. And while doing so, you're not sure how these locks must be heavy duty because you end up breaking your thieves' tools.
Oh no!
Wow.
Nat 1, man.
Nat 1.
Nat
breaking
1.
thieves' tool.
You're lucky I didn't make it break the lock. You guys would have never got through then.
So I broke my whole set. I don't have like the 25 pick. I broke the whole set instead.
So you still have the picks, but a lock picking, like a thieves' tool set, has 2 different pieces. One to hold the pins in place while you're trying to move them. You broke both pieces, and you're lucky nothing got jammed in it. You still have picks,
Okay,
but
little
you'll
one.
need to get an additional tool again to be able to hold the pins in place.
Maybe Dasso can make you some more.
As this is going on, you guys notice that and this is a strange sight because you're not used to seeing any kind of wildlife, a raven ends up flying into this room through the back door that's been left ajar. It kind of flutters around and then lands near Abba on the table, and you start hearing it caw. And Abba, make me a perception check.
Okay, I don't know why I stood up. We'll do the first one because I accidentally rolled twice. 18.
Just need to make sure one thing.
I'm sorry, 17.
I can't let you do what you're trying to do. So this raven starts to caw, and kind of hops around on the table a little bit and then kind of flutters down and lands inside the cell next to this tiefling. Ravens can't speak, man. I'm sorry.
That's true. Like, is he like? I'm gonna snap my fingers and be like, "Hey, friend, you want to look at me? I could be all the way out of here."
You can, but you have maybe like an inch of free movement with all these chains on you. So if you want to, you can look towards him and recognize his presence.
Well, I'm trying to get him to like look at me because you said he was like not interested at all.
He wasn't responding to anything that was happening around him at the moment.
Oh, okay.
That's not to say he wasn't aware of what was happening. He just wasn't. You would assume a prisoner would immediately start to look at their person opening the cell and try to like see if it's someone that need to be worried about or someone that might rescue them. Like this person did not look your way whatsoever when that door opened.
Right. Is he doing it now? Like, does he notice that I'm like trying to talk to him?
Does he?
Friend. From my experiences, most slaves do not get locked up this way, so there's something very special about you. As seeing we just talked to a crow, there's a crow, I'm going to go ahead and put two and two together. Don't know what the fuck that's about. But do me a favor. Blink once for yes, two for no. Are you friendly? Do I get a response?
The Raven's just gonna hop around more.
He doesn't blink at all. The Raven just hops around more.
Do you want to be set free? Yes or no?
The Raven nods.
So the Raven, in a very weird sight, stops hopping around, looks straight at you, and slowly nods its small head.
Okay. Yes, no?
If you're gonna talk to Crow Bros, could
You
you
aren't
please have
there.
the keys?
I might need these keys, Arya. I'm gonna...
Well, you don't need them yet.
I'm gonna... Fuck it. I'll start with the legs. Do any of the keys work for the legs?
Just roll me three sleight of hand checks. This is gonna be
I hope you roll a nat one so we can fucking open this room.
3 different rolls to see if you can get these varying degrees of chains off of him.
I don't know what's going on with my dice.
It happens sometimes. So mine does that too.
3 individual or just 3 at one time?
You could just do 3 at one time and then just add your modifier to each roll.
No, sir.
One of them was a nat 20.
So, and what's the modifier?
What'd you say, sleight of hand?
Yes.
Plus 3 on each.
So that would be a 13, a 14, and a 23. So at first, a little unsure of what you're about to do or what you might be unleashing, you start to slowly kind of unlink and unlock the chains holding him to the wall and floor. It takes you a bit of time, but nothing seems to go wrong, and there's no actions. Then you proceed to start undoing the padlocks that hold the chains wrapped around this body. And then, seemingly at this point, knowing you've already gone this far, you very quickly find the keys that are needed to unlock the actual arm or hand clasp, mouth, and the manacles themselves, freeing this individual.
Oh, is he completely free? Like, mouth guard, like he's able to do whatever he wants?
Completely free.
Well, it fucking took you long enough.
You're not very responsive.
Did you not see all the fucking chains and shit? I couldn't fucking move. That's what the crow... The Raven was trying to tell you to fucking set me free.
Got the mouth on you, little one. I'll put you back.
No, you fucking won't.
Yes, sir.
Everything okay in there?
What a good!
By the way,
Can I
who
have the keys
the fuck are you?
Do you walk
We
over
are
to get the keys?
mercenaries. We are the best. We are sent from God himself.
You walk over and you kind of make your way past the little opening you have to get past the door and look inside the cell. You see Abba sitting there yelling with this tiefling with chains all around the floor now, this person freed. No idea who this person is, but you see them yelling at each other.
Everything's going great. He's a friend. He's new. What's your name, friend?
You can call me Z.
Zed.
No.
That is Z. Zed.
Like Z-E-E or just the letter Z?
Who the fuck are you?
Friend.
I'm Arya.
Okay, you can call me Z. It's that fucking simple.
He's got the mouth on him. I'm going to like this one.
Completely out of character right now as a DM asking a player that is in this group, do you have a third character ready?
Oh no. I mean,
Anyways,
I could.
Continue.
I could.
At
Tempest.
this point, the rest of you do recognize as well the crow, which is a raven, flies onto this man's shoulder and just sits there, content.
What's your bird's name?
Oh, this is Corvin.
Carvin.
Carvin?
Corvin.
Oh, so Carver from Blair Witch. Gotcha.
Who?
Right. You friendly, yeah.
Well, I haven't tried to kill you yet, so I'd say
Is
so.
this your familiar?
No, this is just my friend.
Oh,
I just point at the raven.
Hey, we both have friends. My friend's up on top of the 3rd level right now.
Oh, I saw your friend.
Yeah, at this point, you do remember that Neep is not fully on the roof of this vehicle, but he is
He's on the
hanging
side.
right on the side near the top of it.
Yeah, he's just kind of hanging out there. He hasn't really
Yeah.
made it to the fucking roof yet, though.
Oh, he's
Sitting there.
very weak.
He says this, and Abba, you get a little confused for a second because he's talking like he knows that Neep is out there.
Knows what? You.
He knows that Neep is out there. He for whatever reason, is able to tell that that's something.
So
that was
I'll
happening.
catch you like mid-sentence, like, oh yeah, wait. How do you know you've been locked in here?
Why do you think the fucking raven came flying in whenever you found me?
Magic. Fucking weirdo. All right, you want to come with us? This is Arya Tempest.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
I guess I will.
We have a.
I got nothing better to do, so.
Well,
Where's
you,
Leo?
I think he's on the stairs.
Yeah,
Just chilling on the stairs.
You're just chilling on the stairs. So
I'm-
Leo's watching the stairs to make sure no one comes down, I guess.
Yeah, we have a little turtle friend as well.
Oh, yeah, I saw him too.
And then El Genasi.
Saw her.
Which she's now standing also at the side, not like in the area looking in, but looks over at Abba. Abba, can I have those keys now? I have some prisoners I need to free.
Well, it's either you or
Next in line on
Arya.
those keys.
You or Arya.
I run up and snatch him out of Abba's hands.
Are you letting her snatch them?
I don't really care.
Okay, yeah, he lets you.
Fine, over. Oh, wait, you lost your turn.
I would like to unlock this door.
You spend the next 10 or so minutes just working on one lock, going through the keys, trying to put them in. And at this point, you start to feel like you've gone through every key, but you had to have missed one. So you put them all in again. It seems like this key ring does not have the keys needed to open these locks.
Fucking course it is.
You gather that a random guard that was in charge of watching over the slaves was not going to have the keys to a room that no one's supposed to go in. That you're probably going to need to find someone more important.
Here you go, Echo. I require the keys of a more important person.
You hold them out, and Mushu kind of runs over and hops up, grabbing them out of your hand with his teeth, and then runs back over to her.
I skip over to Zane. Should we go upstairs now? I
Uh,
really want to find the keys to that door.
As you come over, actually, Zane is sitting there with Leo. So you think they're almost done yet? Like, I don't know what's going on over there, but there's still people. Like you hear that too, right?
I'm ready.
Are you
Hey,
all
we
ready?
gotta help find some people real quick. You're welcome to join us.
I guess. I already said I would.
Hey, you're
ye-
very welcome, by the way.
you've had visions of these people. They already seem familiar to you. You know that your pact and your deity shows you what she wants done through her dreams and visions. Doesn't directly communicate with you, but these people seem familiar, and you recognize a few different images of them, of going along with this, and then you see an image of what seems to be an oasis.
All right. Yep. So I'm joining the party.
Dope.
Well,
As he steps out of the cell into this now lit area, you see that this is a blue tiefling, and he is wearing robes. Has a very small amount of metal, like one on some on a shoulder, where Corin sits, and has a bit in different places. But for the most part, this is definitely not someone who's meant to run into the middle of a fight and sit there slashing away. But he seems to be an interesting individual.
Dope. We want to go upstairs?
yes. I grabbed my crowbar.
I'm just gonna assume
Yeah.
that they've taken my focus from me, also, haven't they?
Yeah, you
It's probably in this door.
you
that
currently
holds confiscated magical items.
you do not have anything on you. You have your clothes, and that was pretty much all they felt like leaving you.
All right. Well, wait. Can I do? I think I can do this without the focus. Let me see. God. So if it says that I can do something without the material components, like with Armor of Shadows, I can. It says you can cast Mage Armor on yourself at will without expending a spell slot or material components.
Then you could do so.
Sweet. Cast a Mage Armor.
So yeah, you guys see that
Cool trick.
he kind of uses it, like has his hand, he places it on his chest for a second, and then you guys kind of see like this spectral, very light, very thin armor kind of appear on him that fills all the spots that didn't have metal on his robes already, kind of making it seem like he's now fully armored, and ready for a fight. Strangely enough, though, the spectral image of this armor is black. And
dope.
And gonna use Pact of the Blade to make myself a rapier.
and then you guys see him kind of do a twirl of a hand, and a blade appears in his hand, and you're starting to understand. Maybe it was with good reason that the fiends decided to make sure that this individual did not have access to speaking or movement, because they would have been able to fight.
All right, let's go. Gotta find my shit.
All right. I pick up my crowbar, by the way. Just keep that on.
I believe you should have already had it. I don't think you ever.
I launched it at somebody.
Oh, you launched it. Okay.
yeah, and the guy that it hit was over this area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you. We'll say that everyone picked up anything that they had thrown or used that was able to be retrieved. Echo kind of gives you guys a wave as you guys head towards Zane, and she starts kind of talking and trying to calm the people down, which some of them are really frightened because they watch the drake that's sitting on her shoulder attempt to bite at some of the manacles of a now dead prisoner. Zane looks over to Echo. Make sure that no one else leaves before I have a chance to look them over. No one leaves this vehicle. And she nods her head and then kind of walks over to the lever and closes the door so it starts to slowly rise up until it seals.
Better safe than sorry. I was walking up this staircase here and got laser beamed almost to death.
And Zane looks over to you. What's a laser beam?
It's like a.
You know what razors are.
Goes,
Zane, lead the way. Let's go upstairs.
They're
Yeah,
trying to
we're going
understand
upstairs.
this sci-fi thing you have described. Okay, so what is the marching order here?
I don't know, we can
let's go
roll.
first.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
just
roll.
who wants to lead the charge, and
I
what's the
want
order
Zane
here?
to lead the charge.
I'm
Yeah.
in back.
Okay, so yeah, you guys have Zane heading up first. What's the order here? You're gonna be able to fit. It's a thin hallway
go
here.
behind
Like this
Zane.
Well,
is.
Leo is already on the stairs.
Yeah, Leo and Zane have been standing at the stairs making sure that no one else tried to surprise you guys while this very long conversation and fiddling with keys was going on.
Where's Leo's piece?
He's right
Top
here.
of stairs.
I guess I'm gonna
Oh, it was
follow
behind the fog.
Arya.
Yeah, I'll stand behind Leo, who is behind Zane.
I'm
I'll
going
just
last.
take-
Well, we should be able to see the second floor, right? So you guys can set up this marching order.
I can't see.
I can't see
The middle
stairs.
map?
Oh, the middle
Oh.
map.
You gotta tell
Oh,
us when that happens. I'm zoomed
I thought
in.
this was stairs.
No, that's the room you had attempted to try
Stop.
to pick into and then use keys to open up. Like that is a room that's underneath the staircase.
Who's Ezekiel?
Hello.
Oh, he's in my spot. He's in my spot.
Oh, my bad.
We'll say for the moment, Zane walks up the stairs, down the hall a little, and then stops at the corner.
Oh, Z. Okay.
If you want to change his name, you can.
Oh no, that's fine.
You're gonna change it in Discord now.
Abba will.
I do, but that would
And
fuck
fuck
up
up
all of
his
his cameras, so I'm not gonna do that.
Cameras.
Yeah, don't do that right now.
I thought about it.
Are you just gonna have your turret still active but on your back for the moment, or is it also walking around?
Well, that would just enchant it, so I'm just gonna have it walk around in front of me.
Okay. Guys, this is a sad moment. If everyone wants to look back at the main map for a second, the first floor. If everyone wants to kind of take a look at Bart.
R.I.P.
Bye, Bart.
Bye, Bart.
I knew him one day.
Are you dragging over the other Barts?
Oh yeah, who dragged over the other Barts?
Bart has returned.
Nah, Bart's gone.
Hey guys, did you miss me?
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right now
Take
it's
the
a
Raven
very
and
thin
put it on the
corridor.
table over here.
So everyone make me a perception check. Anyone who's all the way up the stairs at this point. So Abba, you would not, because you're still kind of on the stairway with everyone in front of you.
Dumbass fucking dice tray.
Yeah, mine's not working either. Fuck.
Lol.
Here, I can try to refresh the board.
Yeah, I'm zoomed all the way in and it's not doing it.
Yeah, I rolled a nat one and it fucked up.
It's
None of the dice trays work for me now.
Mine works.
The
Oh,
issue.
where the fuck's your board? Oh.
how about now?
It's still rendering. A lot of tea happen, I guess.
Mine works now.
Let's see. I gotta remember what the fuck this does.
I'm still here, but I have to step away for a minute to clean up something.
why is
You
that the
good?
reaction?
I've been rolling these nat ones like a bitch lately.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not fun to always get high rolls. Like it's more
It's
entertaining.
never fun to always get nat ones though.
Rolled a bunch of nat ones last night too.
It'd be pretty fucking funny though.
She did last session too. Last week.
Wait.
Hence her pet rocks.
There we go.
Fuck. Okay.
Perception roll.
Yeah, perception. For everyone but you, Abba. Jesus,
I'm
they're
staring
doing
at red dirt
everything
on
to
it.
try to find out what's wrong with Sydney. Okay, so what was our rules here? Z, why is there a giant red hand blocking? What is that? Oh, it's just literally someone's hand blocking my chat. Arya never rolled.
I did roll.
Well, I don't see it.
It's in chat.
It's not in chat.
Oh, your original roll.
Oh, it was a
9.
9 in the original.
Okay. So only really Leo and Z, you guys, as you guys are working your way up through this hallway, you do hear noises on the wall to your right, which you know is probably further like into the center of this vehicle. You can't really make out exactly what they're saying or who it is, but you do hear people. Zane at the corner here, he's trying to look around, and he kind of whispers back to Leo, I'm gonna do a stayed whisper here because I'm not actually gonna whisper. Fuck that. I need Abba. Abba needs to get up here. There's a room up here. I believe it's the door we're looking for.
I'm gonna turn on to Arya. He needs Appa.
It's a game of telephone. Let's see how this goes.
I'll kind of like press myself against the wall to make way, and I'll just say, Abba, get up here.
Abba's pretty far away. He's not gonna hear that whisper.
To the next person in line.
Tempest, so yeah. Tempest, Arya looks to you and says that Abba is needed.
Dope. I'm gonna scooch against the wall and think thin thoughts.
Think him.
And that's the end of the telephone.
No, there's Z. You're not gonna say anything?
Just scooch over. Abba needs to mirror. Think thin thoughts.
Oh my god.
Ezekiel, do you do it?
Oh. I thought she was still trying to sneak past me.
No, she said to get thin and go against the wall.
I just squeeze against the wall as much as I can. Why don't you just tell me what
Abba,
you need done?
Abba,
I
you
need
you see all
Abba.
these people try to get against the wall and get out of the way. Do you do anything?
What?
Abba?
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Did they tell me?
I don't believe anyone specifically told you that you're needed. The telephone line did not make it all the way.
But as soon
I
as
said
everybody
he needs Abba.
Yeah, the telephone line broke around Tempest and Z.
No, I said think thin thoughts. We need Abba.
And then Z did not say it to him.
Oi, Abba. Think Zane needs you. The weird one.
Yeah, fucking hell. Alright. Yeah, boop. Fucking turret just.
Yeah, not a quiet thing.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So
Hello.
Zane looks behind and sees you finally walk up. All right, I believe, based on the blueprints that we looked at, that the room should be up ahead. If I had to wager, it's the door on our left. I hear noises on the right, so I believe that might be where their living quarters were.
Alright. Do you want to go or do you want me to go? Or I have a better idea. We could send in a little one. She's quite sneaky. She could give a little scout.
You say this, and Zane pulls out a dagger.
Not with those rolls.
I am also quite sneaky, if you hadn't noticed.
It's up to you. I'm just saying she's very small.
He shakes his head a little bit and deciding to just not even deal with that, knowing how Tempest can be sometimes. He turns the corner and starts making his way towards the doors.
Okay. I'll try and peek around the corner to keep an eye on him.
You see him get around, like he passes the two doors, stops at the next corner and looks down the hallway, then looks back at you, and kind of goes against the wall towards the front door that he said should house the room we need.
Is it waving us on, or?
He's waving you. He's waving to you,
Oh, okay.
trying to say like, "Hey, come."
All right. I will look at. I need to name my cannons, but I'm gonna touch the top of my cannon, but like, stay, boy. Oh no, that one's Betsy. I'm gonna back, stay, Betsy. And then I'm gonna go to where he is.
Okay, so he's kind of like against the wall near this front door right here.
What the fuck? Oh, I just lost my character.
Yeah, you're fine. You come up to this door that seems to be fully metal, and it has a lock on it. But this would correspond with the blueprints you've seen to lead to whatever powers or supports this vehicle. Which, as this is happening, you guys are all in this hallway again. Again, there's lights on the wall. This room is fully metal. Like the halls are a lighter, more almost copper-like metal, and the floors and ceilings seem to be more of a steel or reinforced. But again, there's these weird, for all of you especially, not Abba, he's familiar with this sort of technology. You guys see this, and it just seems very strange because you can't see any flame or any magical essence necessarily. So you're kind of confused as to how there's being like light being produced in here. But Zane you see him pull out some tools, which you know is thieves' tools, and he starts to fiddle with the lock for a little bit.
Yo, you got a spare?
He already gave you a set.
Where's Zane?
He had moved ahead of you guys with Abba to this door.
Okay.
14 plus that. Yeah, so
Are we scooching along?
no one said so. All you guys see is Abba and Zane disappear around the corner, and then Betsy, the little cannon turret thing that Abba had produced earlier, is kind of sitting there waiting.
Yeah, Betsy's
That's-
blocking us. Big Betsy.
It's like the size of
Step
Temp.
over
It's
it.
it's the size of Tempest. Like you guys could easily get past it if you would wanted.
Oh.
I sort of put it in perspective. Like it's the size of Frost. Like they're big, but they're not like insane.
Yeah, like
Okay.
in D&D terms, it's considered a.
Betsy now.
It can either be a small or a tiny size.
Yeah.
Which you guys are all medium size. So like it's small in retrospect.
I'm gonna follow this along and go over here.
So Zane ends up being able to unlock this door, and then he looks over to you, Abba. Well, you're up.
Which
Can
one did he?
The one closer to the
This one?
top. Yeah.
Door pulls out.
Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I
Then I
have to look at
will-
notes.
Get on this side. Oh. And have a fucking stroke.
All
And then I will peek inside.
right. So you slowly open the door, and you recognize there's a lot going on in here.
Yeah.
You see 3 different machines. And I say machines very liberally because they are very mechanical in nature. And you see small little arc conductors that kind of have lightning streaking across to each other, connecting them in a way. It's a very interesting sight to you because this is very, very reminiscent of what you're used to. This is the combination of magic and technology.
Abba gets a little bit fucking
Double
excited. 'cause
standards right there.
This is what he likes. This is his shit. He's like, huh. We like
Reminds
this.
me of Dasso.
While he is doing that, Zane looks back to the rest of you that are now coming around the corner, and Leo is now with him. And he points towards the other door that has not been opened yet. It doesn't not have a lock on it. It seems to be a more thin, basic metal door. And you guys can realize that this is the door that leads to the room where you heard voices.
There's another set of stairs. God damn.
It's the roof.
3 stories.
3 stories. This is a large machine. Like this is, I believe it's 50 or 60 feet high.
It's the
Can I
Noah's
listen at
Ark.
the door?
Make me a perception check. Here
Can
it's
I-
15, 10. Sorry, it's about 40 feet high. It's like 50 or 60 feet long and like 40 feet wide. So you hear, it's quieter than it was before, but you hear very like quiet whispers and like murmurs. You definitely can't make out what they're saying, but you get the idea that compared to how you heard earlier, these people might know that someone's in the hall. You guys haven't exactly been quiet.
Kind of ready in action.
I think they might know that we're here.
What are you ready?
an enemy comes through, or if someone comes out of that door, can I just hit him with my mace?
Okay, so you're readying your mace in case someone comes out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ready my demon metal dagger.
Which, speaking of Leo, I believe I can't remember the exact time on it, but I believe the flames on your mace have probably gone out.
It's out, yeah. It's only a minute.
Yeah, so they have definitely gone out.
I definitely 100% closed the door whenever I came in here.
Okay, yeah. So you go inside and you kind of all giddy and excited. You guys see him close the door behind him. We will deal with. This is all going to happen at the same time, but I'm going to have to deal with it one at a time, obviously. So we will deal with Abba first, and then we're going to get into what's going to be seemingly combat here.
Okay. I'm also gonna ready my dagger.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are all kind of getting ready, readying your daggers, your weapons, preparing for whatever's about to happen on the other side of this door. Abba, you close the door, and you see a machine to your left, a machine to your right, a machine directly in front of you. You see little arc conduits on the top of each of these machines with lightning kind of connecting them. And then you see some boxes along the wall where the door was that you came in.
Right. Are there are there any buttons, any levers, anything like that on these machines?
Yeah, so make me an investigation check to see if you can kind of understand what you're looking at here. I'll say with advantage because this is definitely something you'd be familiar with back in your home continent.
Yeah, nat 20 plus something.
So yeah, looking around this room, you almost grin for a second because it feels just like you're back at home almost. You notice immediately that there is a bit of a mixture here. There's technology and there's magic. You notice that the machine in front of you, there is no buttons per se, but there is like a giant, I don't want to say hole, but there is a giant area where things can be fed into it, which then kind of dissipate or disappear. You recognize it. This is almost the equivalent of a generator in our world. This is like a magical generator where it will take an object put into it and turn it into energy. And looking around, you notice that the crates, one is slightly ajar and open. There is some coal and some other rocks inside this crate. Just from looking at this, and because you rolled in that 20, you know that this is running this machine. You throw stuff into this center machine. It powers it by absorbing the energy from those minerals, turning it into electricity, which then gets sent to the left and right machine. The left machine, you can understand that is something that powers and routes down to the tracks or the tractions, whatever you want to call them, or the wheels, whatever, belt, if you will, with rotating metal pieces and gears that allow this machine to move. And you notice that the machine to the right that's being connected by this electrical chain is what's then being sent off with wires connecting from it into the wall, presumably allowing lights and everything else to be powered.
Right. I think this has for confirmation. I'm gonna take some of the coal. Is the electric still sparking since the machine stopped, or?
Yeah, so there's definitely still, you can tell looking inside this middle machine, and it's really cool because you've seen this before, but it's always a fun sight to watch. There is a pile of coal, and it kind of very slowly, you can see like one piece slowly starts to dissipate, getting absorbed, and you see like an essence getting fed into like a pipe. And then it disappears, and then another piece slowly. So this machine, it's almost like a fireplace. You throw a bunch of stuff in, and sooner or later, it starts to absorb this material, producing, in this case, electricity, based on how the enchantment and the mechanism works. But you can see that unless all the coal was removed, it's going to continue to feed into the other two machines.
Right.
You do notice, upon further inspection, again, natural 20, man. The machines on the left and right do have a few buttons, a few levers. You're not familiar exactly with these machines specifically, but you know what they do. You've seen similar designs and similar buildings that have this kind of technology, and know that there's probably a button or lever here that would be able to cut power in some way or disable the arc conduit in cases of overloads or damaged machinery that needs to be repaired.
So are both of these boxes filled with coal and stuff like that? Like,
So if you turn back and look towards the door, the box to the right seems to be completely empty, probably recently filled into the machine. You have 3 boxes on the left of the door, and one is open and partially empty. I'd say there's probably about 3/4 of coal still in it, and the other 2 boxes, at a glance, seem to still be sealed and presumably have more minerals
coal.
in it.
oh, okay. Fuck. Okay, then I will head to the right one over here. And you said there's levers.
Yeah, so and keep in mind, this is the one that is currently powering the lights and everything through wires.
Oh, okay.
But there are some levers and different buttons. None of them are labeled because that would just be way too easy. But there are different things that you can gather affect this machine.
Interesting. And then I'll come over to this one then. I don't want to shut the power off to the lights.
Okay.
And then this one's the same thing, levers, buttons.
Yep, it's very similar. You can tell that
All right.
these aren't as magical in nature. These are solely mechanized and mechanical technology based, where the only thing that's considered magic about it is the fact that it's receiving electricity from the middle machine. Otherwise, this is solely technology, and you're very familiar with this.
Right. Then what Abba does know, he is going to try his best to shut this thing down to prevent the treads from moving until it gets turned back on again.
Okay, roll me an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
I get advantage on these.
Okay. This is to see if you can gather what some of these buttons might do and see if you can figure out what one to push to not blow up.
So just an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Okay. 23.
Yeah, so you spend a few seconds kind of looking at each button, seeing what each of them could do, kind of trying to follow some of the wires if you can, and you see some of the levers, and you're guessing, and you're like, well, I think it's this button. Do you push it?
With the 23? Yeah, sure.
So you push the button, and nothing happens. But you do notice that the machine itself, that you kind of hear a lot of stuff going on inside of this machine, mechanical machine. It does sound like it's gotten quiet. There's still electricity flowing to it, but you don't hear anything going on inside of it. You hope that means that nothing is going to be able to move now because it's not running, but...
Alright, so... Are there any, like, on this middle machine, are there any, like, wheel cogs or anything like that I noticed, or is it just sort of like a big furnace?
From what you can tell, this is definitely more magical than it is mechanical. This seems to be heavily enchanted to, as simply put, take some kind of mineral and then produce energy from it. In this case, turning a mineral into electrical energy.
Okay.
So you don't see any cogs or anything per se. It's very magic based than it is mechanical based in this center machine.
Okay. So nothing happened, but I kind of get the sense
you get the sense that the left machine doesn't sound like it has any moving parts anymore. You would gather from your experience with technology that it would need to be moving for it to be able to allow the treads of this vehicle to then continue. So you're pretty confident that it won't be able to move again until someone comes down here and reboots that machine.
Okay. And that was with I pulled the lever for that to happen, correct?
You had pushed a button and everything kind of
okay. All right, then I'm gonna peek outside the door and be like, okay, I think it stopped.
Okay, we'll get to that because again, this was all happening at the same time. Everyone else. So, Zane looks at everyone, sees that you guys have all readied your weapons, readied your daggers, readied your attacks. He kind of looks at everyone one at a time, kind of nodding, and then he grabs onto the door and slowly starts to push it open. And he starts to try to look around a little and see what he can see. Let's see if he gets noticed doing this. They are on high alert, so he's going to have disadvantage. That was almost a nat 1. 14 plus that. I'll make sure. I'm gonna need him in a second here. Okay. So he slowly opens it, kind of peeks in a little bit, and then slowly closes it and looks to all of you. I count 3. 2 of them seem to be a little shaken by what's happening. They're not quite sure. 1 seems to be calming them down.
Do they look hostile or do they look like slaves?
He looks to everyone and then kind of says, well, they're dressed like me. And you notice that he still is wearing that armor that he was using to pretend. And I don't think they are slaves unless they're also trying to trick us. They seem to be ready for anyone that comes in.
Well, I'm just gonna say if I think they start swinging at us, we're gonna start swinging back. Nice juice, Lauren.
I don't know if I can ask this, but I'm gonna ask it, and I guess you just don't answer it if I can't. If I were to rush in there and stab the closest person, would that be an attack of opportunity?
Well, attack of opportunity is something that happens if you try to leave someone's melee range. I think
would
you're
it be like
asking
a surprise
surprise
attack?
round.
Yeah.
Surprise
Like
rounds
if I tried to
are.
use, like Mask of the Wild or
You
was
would
it stealth or
need
something?
Screaming.
like they are on high alert, so it would be hard to surprise them right now. You would need to attack them without them noticing they're about to be hit for it to be a surprise round.
Okay. Yeah, let me just look at this real quick.
I mean, keep in mind, with Mask of the Wild one, you need to have something of a nature-based, like mist or fog, something that you can be obscured in to hide. It's not just all of a sudden you vanish.
Can I do... Let's see. Just increased. Can I do Dissonant Whispers?
Does it say you need to see the target?
No.
You sure?
You whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear. Racking it with a terrible pain, target must make a wisdom saving throw. On failed save, it takes psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction. If able to move as far as speed allows it away from you, creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground. On a successful save, target takes half as much damage and does not have to move away. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about me having to see them. They have to be able to hear me.
It's gonna be hard for them to hear you through the wall and door here. Like they need to be able to clearly hear you.
Zane opened the door and it was
Well,
a
he
thin
opened
door.
it very slightly, looked inside, and then closed it again to talk to everyone. It's not currently open.
Can I like get down on my hands and knees and like put my mouth against like the under door opening? And, like,
I would
whisper
say
under the door?
no, because that would be absurd to look at, first of all. But they would need to know you're doing it and hearing it to then be able to have it have an effect.
Okay, never mind.
It's a good thought, but they need to be able to hear you, which means that like you could try to do it and see if they're able to they're perceptive enough to hear it, but you risk them not hearing it and nothing happening.
Okay.
Anyone else doing anything? Or are you all just holding?
I'm just gonna hold.
Yup.
Okay. Well, Zane, looking at everyone, he pulls out his second dagger now. So he already had one out in his hand. He pulls out his second dagger, looks at everyone.
Why is that basket?
I don't know. Don't ask again. There we go. And then he is going to stand slightly in front of the door, and you can gather he's about to do something here. Okay, he is going to, and you guys kind of all watch this happening. He pulls out his second dagger, kind of holds them up, and you notice that he's holding them upside down, not by the hilt, but by the top of the blade. Looks at everyone, left to Leo, kind of nods his head, kind of saying like, "Be ready." Looks to the right, sees Arya and Z and Tempest, and then kind of steps forward, kicks the door. Let's see if he has enough strength here to push this door open, because it was closed. That is a plus 1, 3, 13, so he hits. And yeah, so he barely manages to kick this door open, and he is going to take 2 throws at the men inside. Let me...
Is that shit, girl?
Okay. So, he is going to make 2 attack rolls, throw both his daggers. Okay, so that is 15 plus 7.
Like how you rolled 2 15s.
Yeah. Well, they have not taken a turn in combat yet, so he has advantage on them because he is a rogue. And then a
Nice.
natural 20. Okay, so he kicks this door down, and he sees all these guys standing in this room. He throws 1 dagger. It does connect. He does... Oh boy, this is a lot to roll. I forgot rogues. So it is 1d4 and sneak attack is 3d6. So 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 10.
12.
12.
2 plus 10.
Yeah, and plus the 4 for his dex. So 16. So he throws 1 dagger at one of the guys, to the left guy, and ends up getting him right in the shoulder, dealing 16 points of damage. Oh god, the fog is still active. Fuck. I almost made more fog. So he ends up doing 16 points of damage to recruits. Good. And then the second one, he takes a second to aim a little more here, and real focused, he ends up critting. So that's 1d4 with 3d6. And that is 9 times 2 is 18, plus 4 is 22. Then he sees the one on the right, throws the dagger, hits him right in, like, the chest, like, directly in the chest, and it hurts. And he does, what did I say, 22? 9, 18, yeah, 22 points of damage. Okay. And, Tempest, I'll say you did ready your action, and you're able to see from the doorway here. If you wanted to throw a dagger, you could, but you wouldn't be able to use a melee attack because you're not near them.
You cut out. I can't hear you.
You were holding your action and are the only one of the people holding their action to throw. I guess, Arya, you could try to throw your dagger that you had out as well.
But I wouldn't be able to do a what?
I have a question.
You only held your action. You can't hold your movement, so you wouldn't be able to run in and try to melee them. But you could throw your dagger from where you are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good.
What's your question?
I never, I don't have a quantity on my demon metal daggers. It says daggers, but it doesn't have a quantity. I wasn't sure if I had 2 or 1.
I think you got 2.
I will look. I believe I still have the page that said what you guys ordered.
Okay.
At least I thought I did. I believe there was 4 daggers total. So yeah, you should have
Yeah,
2.
because I think she grabbed one, and then we were like, fuck, who wanted the other dagger? And no one claimed it, so I think she took both.
Yeah, you should have 2.
They're both demon metal, or one demon metal and one regular?
No, they're both demon metal.
Dope. I'm holding both of those, just to clarify.
Okay. Well, you were holding your action, so are you doing anything?
I want to... Ooh.
You can't move. You only have an action.
Shit, I need to visit Dasso again. Fuck. Nah. I'm eh.
Pretty much, I would say because you had both daggers out, you could throw a dagger, but...
Yeah.
I don't want to throw at disadvantage, though. Like, I'm literally, like, not even with the... Like, I'm nowhere near.
Well, you're standing at a space next to a door, so in theory, with how D&D works, you would technically be against that wall. You could peek into the doorway. Like, you don't need to be standing in front of the door.
I'm gonna throw one of my daggers at this guy.
At the left one. Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
And actually, as I'm now finally getting all the stats up for everything, that man on the right that got critted, he is absolutely dead. Zane threw his second dagger in, and it went right into his chest, and this guy just kind of fell apart into the ground.
What do we add to attack rolls again?
For your daggers, it would be plus your dex, and if you're proficient with it, then your dexterity as well.
I am... Shit. I've literally never used these yet. Bear with me here. So I got an 18.
Plus your
then
dex. So what's your dex?
My dex is +3.
So that'd be 21. And then are you proficient with simple weapons?
Yes.
So then that would be a +3, so 24, which absolutely hits.
Dope. And
So
I
it will
want to
be
make-
1d4 plus your dex for damage.
I have 1d6 written for the demon metal daggers.
So that
you went
got
back.
fixed.
Okay, well, I was also gonna, like, make it flame. Because I can do that 3 times a day.
You can, but I would say you were holding an action for this. That would be a bonus action.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to do that right now.
So then just 1d4.
1d4 plus your dex. Yeah, I had to fix those weapons because I had used the wrong chart, and I had the choice to either leave them and make your encounters harder, and all the weapons and shit you would find would then just always be worse.
Yeah, I think only my twisted dagger is different.
Well, it should still be 1d4, but it should have +2 because it's magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it still does what a dagger's supposed to do. It just has a magical bonus. But I had messed up when making those weapons originally.
They were good for a whole one session.
I mean, again, I was just backed into a corner where if I gave you guys anything magical even, it would still be less damage dice than those weapons because I messed up, right? So you rolled... Oh, 5 total. Okay.
5.
Yeah, so you peek in. You also throw the dagger, seeing that Zane has thrown 2 daggers now. And one drops to the ground. You see the one that he hit in the shoulder. You throw a dagger, like, oh, I can do that. You throw it. It hits him in kind of his chest area as well. You don't think it did as much damage as what Zane did, but sure enough, it was enough to make this guy drop. And he's gone. He kind of crumbles to the floor as well, kind of getting hit back into the wall, falling to the ground.
Okay, can I just throw my dagger then?
Okay, yeah.
Can I look over and then go?
You better
like,
not take
hold-
my ear off.
I'm leaning over the door. Like, I got, like, clear. There's no one in front of me.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Would you take
And
her
I'm
ear
gonna
off? She's like 3 feet
Smack
tall.
this.
She rolls a lot of nat ones. And the way she would have to angle it to hit the one in the middle back.
Maybe it bounces off the wall.
17.
And you're hitting him. 17 just hits.
Woo! Alright, 1d4. I'm also gonna do sneak attack.
Yeah, he hasn't had his turn yet, so you get sneak attack on it. You also would have had advantage on it if you want to try again and see if you get a natural 20.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
I mean, that's
No.
double damage. That's a...
Not worth it. Already invested now. So what is that? 2 plus 4, 6, and then I get 3d. 6. 18.
18 points of damage. Okay, so
I
you
did that
throw...
with one of my shittier ones, not my twisted blade.
Okay, so you... one of your shittier ones. You pull out a dagger. You had a dagger out as well. Zane kicks open the door, and this kind of all happens at once. He throws one, throws another. One guy drops. Arya throws one at the same time. Second guy drops, and you throw one at the guy at the back. Hits him right into the shoulder, and he kind of looks at it, looks back at you, and he can only really see like your head kind of popping out around the door, and he kind of just grabs the dagger, pulls it out, and lets it fall to the ground.
Grab.
And at that point, I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
That's new.
Yeah, boy. Hey, we got 2 of them. 2 of 3 dead before initiative roll, so, you know, no complaints here.
Surprise round, though.
It was a
Fucking serious.
partial
Go away.
surprise round just because of holding actions, but they were definitely aware that someone might have been coming, so you guys didn't get a full round on it.
Da-da-da.
I thought for a moment I'd rolled a nat 1. I was like, no, really?
Does it matter for initiative?
It means you go last.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Nat ones only mean something in combat.
Technically,
not
yeah.
even-
Yeah.
Not even in like ability checks or anything like that.
Yeah.
But for flavor and ability checks, it's way cooler. But not during initiative.
I mean, in terms of nat 1s and nat 20s for ability checks, a nat 20 doesn't guarantee that whatever you're trying to do will happen. It makes it so that if it's possible, then more than likely it will. But if you're trying to, like, let's say one of you went outside right now and picked up this vehicle, and we're like, I want to pick up this fucking 60-ton vehicle, and you rolled a nat 20 strength, for a second it feels like in your mind you started to lift this vehicle. It doesn't really move, though. You think that there's no way. Like, that would be the kind of thing that happens. Like, you wouldn't...
Your bicep flexes.
Yeah, like, it would not be something that... It's
But
like,
if
oh...
If you nat 20 in combat, it's 100% always a hit.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed hit, and you double the damage dice. Okay, so...
Which means you could have killed this dude.
You know what? We still did a lot of damage.
Okay,
A bit
so
more.
what did I roll?
With the rolls that I've been having, a 19 was pretty good, okay?
17 plus 4 is 1. And then I need to roll for Mr. Veteran. 1. Okay, so 25 to 20.
Me? I was
Which is-
vaping, I'm sorry.
I got
23.
23.
You both are who has higher decks? I'm gonna assume
Me.
the rogue.
Hannah.
A Tempest at 23.
Little girl versus fat turtle.
Leo at 23. 20 to 15. That one? Okay. That would be him then. Okay, 15 to 10.
10.
Z got 10. I believe that's everyone, right?
I got a 7.
Oh, that's right, Arya. For some reason, I just assumed you had a high roll.
I normally do.
All right. So, to start this off, Tempest, you just threw that dagger. It hit him. He pulled it out. You kind of he only saw your head popping around the corner here. And he had 2 allies dead on either side of him. You get to start.
Dope. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna smack him with my twisted blade.
Okay, so roll me an attack. And he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. 16 plus 7.
Oh, yeah, that hits. He rolled 17 plus 2,
You
8,
save.
19. Yeah. So yeah, roll damage.
Then my twisted daggers 1, 4 plus 6. Uh, 7.
Okay. So 7 damage total.
And I don't do sneak attack, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Does not count. And then as my bonus action, I like to do two-handed combat, so I like to use my other dagger and do a smook.
Okay.
+18 7.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And I don't add my
So
dexterity.
it will
to the
just be
number.
the 1d4. You do not add anything else.
Okay, 2.
Okay. So Tempest, between her throwing the dagger and rushing in and stabbing this guy twice very quickly, one kind of slash and then the other stab, like a stab pulls out, slashes with the other hand. Tempest has now done almost 30 points of damage to this guy without any assistance. And are you doing anything else? That would have been your action, your bonus action, your
I
movement.
used
so
all
that's-
my
yeah,
movement.
That's everything. Leo, you're up, and then after that, it's a few other things. Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with my mace.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him with my stick.
My grape stick. 14.
Does not hit.
All right, then I'm just gonna cast Spectral Mace.
Okay.
Do the same thing again.
I don't know. Have you picked a subclass for cleric yet?
Yeah.
Did you pick war cleric? Because that may as well be what you are. I feel like, in terms
No.
of healing to melee, you go full out with the damage.
16.
Just misses.
Damn.
So you rush in. As you're doing so, you make a mace appear on the table, kind of floating in the air in front of this guy. And you try to take a swing at him while the mace does the same, and you both kind of barely miss. But this man is now surrounded, and you think he'd be concerned, but he doesn't look concerned. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Zane is up. Zane has 1 dagger left. Doesn't have a bow. So I will say at this point, with how long you guys were waiting before opening the door, talking. So Abba, you had just finished dealing with the machine. As you're about to open the door to say, hey, you've turned it off, you hear a knock against the wall right next to the door. Don't know what it means, but you heard a noise. Someone's clearly trying to get your attention. And then Zane is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and he is going to yeah, he's just gonna try to take a swing at him with his third and final dagger. See what he rolls. Abba, I'm also gonna need you to roll an initiative, but it's not gonna take effect until the next round of next round. 8 plus 4 does not. So Zane rushes over, kind of gets caught up on a chair while trying to swing at this man, ends up not being able to connect and deal damage to this man, but this guy's getting surrounded real quick, and he's alone, so it's starting to look a little dire for this guy. That's going to be all Zane can do on his turn. It is now the veteran's turn. Okay. That's not the veteran. So, the veteran, he pulls out this long sword from his back, holds it in 2 hands, and he's going to first take a swing at the turtle next to him. And then he's going to take a swing at Tempest.
Sounds great.
You're always so chipper and happy until the second an enemy tries to attack you, and you're like, that's fucking great. DM's trying to kill me. Fuck this game.
A little.
Alright, Let's see
You
what
just did
happens here.
30 points of damage. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay, first dice is for Leo. Second dice is for Tempest. So 6 plus 6, 5.
Unless it's a plus 13, that's a no.
So yeah, that is not a plus 13. So the first one misses, and then Tempest does a 7 plus a 5. Does 12 hit?
No.
Yeah. So this guy, he is surrounded. He's a little flustered. Her arm hurts a little bit as he pulls out this longsword. He tries to like very coolly swing at an angle and then very like continuously swing back at the other way. But it kind of shears off of the turtle shell, and then as he swings down towards the Tempest, it gets caught on the table for a second, letting her get out of the way. Can't seem to connect.
Get food.
Let's see, can he do anything else? No, I think that's gonna do it for him. All right. Wait an hour. Okay, so Z, you're up, and then Arya, you're holding up the rear. And 7 plus what, Corey?
It's just a 7. I added this modifier to it already.
I can get just close enough.
Nice, honey.
You want to say hi?
Guess I'm gonna swing one with my rapier.
Say hi.
Okay. Make me a attack roll.
Looks thick.
Wait. I can help.
Eat it.
Like, are we showing off our pets now? Because I got a cat on my
Aw.
shoulder.
Mine's dead on the floor.
Alright,
Mine's
let's all
probably
pick up.
shitting on the floor somewhere.
Let's pick up all our pets. Hannah Gray, you gotta pick up yours.
I don't know if I can pick up Frost.
Come here,
I
bro.
don't think I can pick
Well,
up
lay
mine
down.
either.
Mommy will be on
Come
side.
here! Everybody's showing their Annie Mouse!
That's a nice friend though, right there.
Look at this.
Luna.
Oh, now you
does a
don't wanna
22
come out
hit?
here.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Alright, wait.
You're good, Luna. Lay down.
Come here.
I know, I'm sorry I got you all excited.
7 damage.
Tell him his
He
girlfriend's
literally
alive.
jumps on me 24/7.
Okay. So you deal 7 damage. Okay. So yeah, you run up holding this spectral
The moment's
rapier, and you try to stab at this man. This man's now completely surrounded. And you manage to pierce into his armor, and you deal 7 damage. You do anything else?
Nope, I can't do shit. I need my focus. It's like I'm swinging a fucking sword as a magic user.
Rough times.
They are.
Okay. All right. So that's the end of your turn. Arya, you're up.
Do cantrips need focus?
You
Focuses?
have your loot. You do have a focus.
I'm not holding my loot though.
No. You could pull it out as a bonus action, I'd say.
Are you just dead on my shoulder? Like, what is this?
It's rough times.
Okay, I'll pull out my loot.
Okay. Do you quickly, and to be clear, it's only because they're daggers. They're very quick to put away. If it was like a large sword or something, it would be a different story. You put your daggers away, kind of sheathing them quick, pulling out your loot that's already slung on your back, kind of whipping it around so that you're holding it.
And I'll do vicious mockery at him.
Vicious mockery. Did I search this before Google? Are you sure? One day I'm gonna have all the spells memorized.
It'll be a wisdom saving throw.
You also don't even need. It's just verbal. So yeah, you wouldn't have even needed the focus, but
Well, that's why I was asking.
you only need a focus if there's material components.
Okay.
Oh, you don't say.
So in that case, I did
Well, yeah,
not
that's
pull
how it
out my
works. That's the whole
Oh,
point of
I-
a focus.
Oh, alright.
If it's
sweet.
just verbal or somatic, then you don't need a focus.
Doesn't work with create water though.
Well, that specifically says you need some water. Anything like that, especially at my discretion, like if it has a cost associated to it, then it has to have that component. If it needs something specific, like, hey, you want to make a bunch of water, you need a bit of water to do this, though, you're going to need a bit of water. Or if it's a ritual, that's a whole nother story as well. But anything that's literally just material component and doesn't have a cost tied to it, the whole point of a focus is to get rid of the material point.
Don't have anything, baby.
Cool.
So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
This guy has a pretty good wisdom.
Cutting words.
Well, you don't even. Are you sure? You sure? He fails.
Yeah.
Very badly.
Yeah, roll damage.
Tell him his armpits stink.
2d4.
You got stinky pits.
What are you saying to him in this vicious mockery?
I'm calling him a butter-faced sharp blossom.
Why did you roll 2 dice?
It's 2d4.
It's 1d4.
My D&D Beyond says 2d4.
Because you're a higher level? Vicious mockery.
Spell damage increased by 1d4 when you reach 5th level, 11th
That
level.
would be why. Yeah, the other resource I was using did not show that. Okay, so that was 4 damage.
4. Obviously, I'm the damage dealer of the party.
I mean, you could have thunder waved. Fuck your team.
No.
You would have got
Maybe
everybody.
it would've killed Tempest.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding.
So he hears this in his mind and kind of gets a little thrown off and freaked out. He has disadvantage on his next attack roll, and you dealt
Woo.
4 damage to him. Okay, that's the end of your turn. At this point, Abba, you just begin to start opening the door, but that is like what you managed to get done from what's happened. This round of combat you'll now be able to be a part of if you're needed. But obviously you were doing something different, so you're not just going to hop right in. Tempest, back at the top, and then Leo right after.
I'm
Stab him
gonna
in
do
Cock.
smack with my twisted blade.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I was going to do a bonus action.
go ahead.
What's your bonus action?
I was going to do Bardic Inspiration for Leo.
Okay.
That's all.
How are you inspiring him?
You have the prettiest eyes.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh.
So you see Arya standing in the doorway here. She looks at this individual, makes him panic, and you're not sure why. You know it's something very mental here. And then she looks at you and tells you that. And you feel a little inspired. You get a, what is it, a 1d6 or 1d8?
I am looking right now. It is 1d8.
So you get a 1d8 that you can use on, I believe, ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls.
Yep.
What's I about
Okay.
to... Okay, so Tempest, you're up.
Woo! I'm gonna smack him with my twisted dagger.
Okay. And
10 does not hit.
need advantage. 10 plus, oh, 10 total does not hit.
Yeah. For my bonus action, I'm gonna hit him with my shitty blade.
Okay. Really gotta stop calling it that.
You know I'm gonna keep calling it that. 14 does not hit.
14 does not hit. No.
Cool. For my movement, I can't fucking move. Cool. Yeah.
You could try to get past it, and it would just cost double movement or some kind of check to see if you can hop over or around.
Here, we'll move like 3 feet over here on this chair. We'll stand on the chair.
Well, as far as D&D rules are considered, you're still just in that 5-foot square. But
Sounds
yeah, that's
great,
fine.
but in my brain, I moved 3.
Okay, is that it for your turn?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be attacks and bonus action. Okay. Leo, you're up.
I'm gonna use my mace.
Okay.
$13 does not hit.
Does not hit.
I think it's AC
Bardic
17.
Inspiration.
You could
yeah.
roll Bardic Inspiration to add on to that. It's a D8.
Oh yeah. What is a D6?
1d8.
1d8. So you roll a D8 and add that to your roll.
18.
That will hit.
You've been
Good job.
inspired.
So as you start to swing towards this man, for a second you like start to lose confidence, thinking you might not hit him. But then you remember what Arya said about your eyes, You just feel this passion, and you slam down, hitting him.
Get it, beat.
5.
And yeah, you deal 5 damage.
And then spiritual weapon.
What's my fucking vape?
It's in your butt.
That was Bart's vape. Ezekiel doesn't vape, so you don't have it anymore.
You had it on your desk last.
12.
12 does not hit.
Maybe your cat took it.
Big
That's my turn.
Okay.
I was just using it.
So,
Is it in your jacket
Zane
pocket?
is now up.
Check the floor.
Zane's just gonna try to take a swing. Yeah, there's not much else he can do. Yeah, no, he won't try to grab the daggers. He's not a Bart. He's gonna try to help. That will be 13 plus 4. Just hits. So he gets 1d4 plus someone's nearby, so he gets sneak attack. That's 12 plus 4, 16.
Bless you.
Okay, so yeah, Zane, seeing this and the guy getting distracted by the mace piercing into his shoulder, kind of blunting him back. Zane takes a swing at him, trying to pierce the armor as well. Manages to do so, finding a weak spot, hurting him a bit. This guy is looking rough. A lot of you are here doing a lot to him. Okay, so that's the end of his turn. Veteran's not going to go. He's going to try and take a swing at Tempest and Leo. Again, you guys are just sitting there stabbing at him, making him have a hard time. So he has disadvantage against Leo here because of his dissonant whispers. Or vicious mockery, sorry. 7 plus 5, 13.
No.
So yeah, he misses Leo. And then... This guy cannot roll.
That's a name, my friend.
Okay, so he, using his sword, attempts to
Natural
swing at Leo. At this point, he's desperate. He's just kind of doing a circle, spinning the sword as he goes. It grazes Leo's shell, but nothing seems to get damaged or hurt. And then it kind of just goes right over Tempest's head without her having to move. And his sword ends up getting stuck in the table for a second. He's gonna...
Sounds about right.
So as a bonus action, he's going to sit there and force it out of the table, leaving a kind of an indentation there where the sword blade was. And that's his turn. So Z, you're up.
Is he wearing metal armor, perchance?
He is, like the other men, he is in full greenish tinge metal armor.
Ooh, excellent. I'm going to use cast Shocking Grasp. And since he's wearing metal armor, I get advantage.
Shocking Grasp. Of course I would let you switch to another magic user with a whole new set of fucking spells to learn.
A whole new set of bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
And
does
Nice
26
roll.
hit?
just 20, yeah. That hits.
Let's see,
if
2d8.
Target is wearing armor made metal. On a hit, the target takes 1d8. And spell damage increases by 1d8. So it's 2d8.
Yep, so he takes 6 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so you, seeing this going on, use your free hand that doesn't have your rapier, and you kind of just reach over while he's trying to pull this sword out, kind of grab onto his hand for a second, and just this explosion of electricity comes out of your hand and kind of goes up his arm and across his metal, and you could see that it's hurting him on the inside of the suit. And he's looking real bad right now. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's...
It's a cantrip too, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Arya, you're up, and then Abba, if you need to be here, you're up after.
Can I get
One.
within melee range of him?
I would say no, because you would have to try to force one of them out.
Including this weapon?
It's floating in the way there. It takes up its own space. It's a very small quarters room. You know, big groups not always the best for small quarters. You should still have your crossbow if you wanted to.
I do, yeah. All right.
Did the music stop?
And it's still loaded from a long
Good.
time ago with the fire arrows, so I will get out my crossbow and shoot a fire bolt at Lay Dude.
Okay. Yeah, roll attack.
Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me. It's just snow, bro.
13.
Plus dex, plus proficiency.
Did he get excited?
Someone's shoveling snow still.
Mm, 18? 19?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
It would be 13 plus 3 for proficiency, so 16 plus your dex, so
3.
yeah, 19.
So it's 1d8 plus 3 for the crossbow, and then what are the fire bolts in here as? Inventory. Firebolt.
I'm gonna double check that.
1d6 fire damage. Was it plus 1d6 fire damage, or?
Yeah, from the arrow itself.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, 1d piercing. Okay.
here's the 1d6, and then 1d8. Oh, I can only do it. Okay, so it'll be plus 3.
So 3 plus 1 plus 3.
3 plus 1 plus 3. Yes.
So 7 damage. So
Yep.
Arya, holding her loot here, just cast the spell and then inspired Leo. She then aims the loot towards this enemy, which Zico, you see this, and it's a very strange sight because it's a loot. But she pulls and holds a trigger for a second, and you see kind of strings open up and form what seems to be this weird crossbow. And she fires it, and this flaming bolt flies out from this loot and pierces into this man and ignites and kind of burns away to ash, as in doing so, dealing 7 damage. He is barely hanging on. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna move right here.
Okay. So that's it. Abba, you're up. So you just open the door. You kind of see no one else in the hallway anymore, but you see that there's a lot of people in the room across from you, and there's some kind of commotion going on.
Okay, can I see straight to the guy?
You can, although there's a floating mace in between you and him in a weird... It's very strange to you.
Okay.
You're starting to cut out, like, a lot for me.
Fine, I'll just leave then.
As you're looking at him, you see a floating mace in your way. How would you like to proceed?
I would like to go 10 feet forwards. Yes, we're here. And be like, Zed! What are we fighting?
Zane looks back at you and looks at the guy again, who clearly everyone is focusing on. Abba, you're smarter than this.
Yeah, I hit him with a crossbow.
Okay. Roll me an attack.
Pew! Okay. That would be a 15.
15 does not hit.
Your baby sounds like it's working really hard on a poop.
Oh, he is. He just shitted in my lap.
Oh.
I miss when I got to do that.
I mean,
2020 was a fun year.
I just fuck, I'm not used to this thing, sorry. Go ahead. And that's the end of my turn.
You can move your force ballista at this point, can you not?
I don't want to.
No? Okay. So that's the end of your turn. Tempest, you're back up.
Don't want to attack him with my twisted dagger.
Okay, roll an attack.
Does an 18 hit.
18 does hit.
Dope. Constitution saving throw. It's the 1, 4. I'm gonna do a sneak attack as well. So 3 plus 6.
10 plus 1, 11.
Nope, you fail. Tell Mama what she's getting.
Okay, well, first, you gotta roll up damage.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I got. What did I roll? So plus 6, so that's a 9, and then my sneak attack.
It'd be 3d6.
Yeah. Nine plus 6, so 15.
15 points of damage.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna use my twisted dagger and go, yeah, and I stab him right in the eye socket and drag it down.
Okay. First off, you get your level 6 plus 3, so you get 9 points of temporary health. So all of you see this. Tempest runs, jumps up on the chair, onto the table, jumps up, stabs into the helmet where the eye would be, and then as she starts to fall from gravity, kind of pulls it down with her. And you guys see that this dagger is kind of like glowing a magical hue, and seemingly particle effects are coming off of him going through the dagger and into Tempest. And the man falls over, and as he does so, the helmet rolls off, now being kind of damaged from the dagger stabbing through and pulling down. And you guys see that there is a burnt, magically created, seared smile on this man's face, with a giant carved dagger lit down from where once an eyeball was, down through the face. It's a gruesome sight, but this man is now on the floor dead, with Tempest standing over him.
And I rip it out and said, don't mess with my friends, and I pick up all my daggers.
Okay. Well, that is the end of combat.
Emma's gonna be like, Jesus Christ, that was harsh.
I'm gonna
Why
pick
do-
up my dragon metal dagger that's on the floor somewhere over here.
Why do you
Or
trust the little
pull
one
out.
with the daggers? That was very scary.
I agree, Z. What the fuck was that?
I like to
Yeah.
stab things that are mean.
Am I mean?
No, not yet. You
Yeah,
gave me boobs, so.
right.
You nervous laugh a little bit.
Anyway, I have stopped the machine, Zin.
He looks back as he's picking up some of the daggers that are still like, kind of pierced into these bodies. Good, good. Now let's finish this. You guys do anything else?
Can I loot this body?
Which one? So there's two bodies, one on the left side of the room, one on the right side, and then there's the one that Tempest just desiccated.
I'm gonna loot the one on the left side of the room.
Okay. So roll me an investigation check.
Yeah, while she's doing that, I want to take a peek inside these boxes.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
While he's doing that, I want to open this door.
I would like
Okay.
to. I would like to help with the searching of the boxes.
Okay, everyone that's searching shit, roll an investigation check.
Frost is pooping, so I'll do that and after everyone else is doing their stuff.
Cupin.
Okay, so Abba,
18.
you start to you pull out your crowbar here and you start to kind of jimmy these crates open. Most of them were still sealed. You find a lot of dried meats and preserved food. You gather this is probably what they would eat while on the road and needing to keep themselves somewhat filled with nutrients. You don't really find much else.
I'll grab some food. Fuck it.
Okay.
A little bit fits in my pockets.
We'll say that you grab like 4 days of rations.
Cool.
So yeah, just write 4 rations and then in brackets put 1 day or whatever. All right. Arya, you search this man's body. You notice that he has a small hand crossbow. He has a short sword. He's in full metal armor. Otherwise, that's about it. You take off the helmet. Sure enough, it's a dragonborn, black eyes, symbol on his face. This one has 5 pointed star, and otherwise, there's nothing really of note or worth on him.
I would like to take the. Well, first of all, I want to be like, does anybody need a short sword or some full metal armor or a small crossbow?
No.
Everyone seems to be pretty busy searching their own stuff.
Okay, I
no one
take it
seems
all.
interested.
Maybe Dasso will want to buy it.
Yeah,
I
you
take what I
spend the
can
next few
take.
minutes, and yeah, you try to grab what you can and put it onto your backpack. And I mean, it's a lot to try to carry, especially the armor. But we'll see what you can get. Ezekiel, you stand there pretending like you're trying to open these crates, but you really just watch Abba do it and want to peer in and see what he's doing. You see him start grabbing some food, what seems like out of it, and you recognize that this is some of the food that they did very, very rarely feed you, although not often for fear of letting you speak. And Leo, you open the door to find that this seems to be some kind of barracks or sleeping quarters. You don't see anyone inside, at least not at a first glance.
Oh, it's Neep.
Yeah, Neep's just chilling on the wall. Neep's not
Yeah.
inside. So what you guys doing?
I'm gonna walk towards the stairs and just kind of look up them. Like I'm gonna be sneaky, quiet, but I'm gonna kind of like peer up them to see if I can see anything.
Okay. Before you get to that, you can write down the short sword. So you got one
Okay.
short sword. You got 1 hand crossbow. 7 bolts. And then you got the helmet and the gloves from the armor. But to take more than that would be too much. It would be a
Okay.
lot to carry some heavy armor like that while still all your other equipment.
You said 7 bolts, helmet, and what else?
So you got
Small.
7 bolts, hand crossbow, the helmet and gloves from the armor, and the short sword.
So everything's been investigated in here?
One of the bodies, some of the crates, Leo wandered into one of the rooms to find that it was just a barracks or sleeping quarters.
Can I investigate a body that's not been inspected yet?
Sure, yeah. So you investigate. We'll say the veteran body. Roll me an investigation check.
$15.
Yeah, so you investigate this guy. You notice that he has a heavy crossbow on his back that he never got to use. He has the long sword in his hands that he could not seem to hit with. With the helmet off, you recognize that this is a half-orc with now a very seared and scarred smile on his face from the dagger you pierced into him.
I did that.
You don't notice much else on him.
Okay, well, I'll take his heavy crossbow. And what was it, a longsword?
Yeah. Now, this longsword is larger than you. So how are you going to
Why?
carry this?
I don't have 2 fucking long sticks no more, so like a fucking half an X.
But it is larger than you. So how
Well,
are you going to have this in a way where it's not just dragging on the floor? Like, you're what? You're 3.5 feet?
I think I'm just 3 feet.
Like, this is a long sword. This is, like, almost 5 feet long. Like, this is larger than Tempest.
Can I use one of my rags and like tie the what is it called, the hilt? And then tie it to like the edge of my backpack so it just drags. So where I go, it just drags now.
You can, but keep in mind that is gonna half your movement speed because you're now dragging a heavy sword on your backpack, so you
That's
will
fine.
not be very quick.
That's quiet.
Okay, so you can add
Half
that to your
movement
inventory.
speed as a rogue.
You're gonna have half movement speed, and if you have to make a dexterity saving throw, you're not sure it might affect it.
Dope.
Like- I love Tempest as a character. Okay, is anyone else doing anything?
Did somebody go inside this barracks?
You saw Leo enter it, and then he not long after left.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be like, there's food in here for anybody who's hungry. I'm Zane. I think we should probably head upstairs.
He kind of just nods his head and starts walking towards the door and leaves.
Cool. I meet my turd over here.
Yeah, as you guys are starting to get ready out in the hallway, you just hear. And as you finally see, like, you're all just quietly standing there waiting, you see this small rogue, hands on her backpack, pulling and pulling, and you just see a sword being dragged along this metal floor.
What? I'm gonna look back and like, what are you doing?
I found a stick.
A little big for you?
Nothing's too big for me. I know how to play with sticks.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Does anyone need a long stick?
I do not think so.
Yeah, no one answers. All right, Arya, roll me a perception check.
I thought I did already, but okay.
You might have, but it seems like either way it's similar if it was.
19.
If anything, that's better than what it was. So, where's what happened to the bird?
Oh, I put him on my table so he's out of the way.
Oh, okay.
I got tired of like
I think
for
you
the
could
sake of
link
this-
them technically.
I couldn't figure it out, so I was like, "Get out of here, bird."
Like I could do it right now with this, I believe. I don't want to do it though, because I remember you guys linked the fucking piece to the board at one point and couldn't get it off.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna do it. But
yeah. It's like the bird's. On my
don't do
shoulder
it. Get
all the
that
time.
chain out of here. Okay, that's fine.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I take my new long stick and like put it sideways this way to kind of block this hallway a little bit? Like,
Okay, but this is a sword, so it's just gonna sit on the floor. If like it's not.
yeah, but can I anyway like prop it so that way the blade's up?
Well, it's also in a sheath. Like you did get the sheath with the sword.
Can I take it out of the sheath?
So you're taking it out of the sheath, and you're gonna try to do what with it?
I want to prop it where like the blade is up.
What are you gonna use to do
Like a-
that?
Like a balancing act?
Because it's not just gonna sit up. Like it's not.
Oh, I get an idea. Can I use my 2 candles that I have and just kind of like in one side and prop it on the other side?
Okay, candles are like not even like a quarter of a pound. This is a 5-foot long sword. It's like
You know what? A for effort.
it is a. I mean, roll me a. I don't even know what.
Probably performance.
No, because performance would be trying like it would be entertaining for you guys, but it wouldn't really be. Roll me a dexterity check.
10.
So you put these candles down. You grab the sword, which is massive compared to your form, and you try to like put it in between them and have it so it stays still. It's one of those things when you're trying to balance something that doesn't want to stay perfectly still. Like you let it go for a second and it slowly starts to move to one side and you catch it. You put it back in the middle and try to let it go and it just keeps falling over and over and over again. It's been like 3-4 minutes now and you haven't been able to get this to stand up properly.
Well, I just leave it there then. Guys, I made a booby trap.
So yeah, you let go of it and it kind of and hits the wall, scraping.
It's like,
slowly starts to go down
booby
it.
trap.
Arya, you're now in a somewhat dark. It is lit, but not like brightly lit corridor. You're now looking up into this bright, sandy landscape where the sun, which you can't fully see, but it's glaring down. It's one of those like you're finally coming back out into the light and you're like trying to fucking see, but it's hard to see. There's so much glare and just sun pouring down on you. You don't see anyone, but you do see that this seems to be the top of this vehicle.
Guys, it's really bright, but I think up here's the top.
Yes, that would be the top. There's almost definitely people up here. They are more than likely going to be controlling the machine.
And as you're saying that, Zane looks back at Tempest and her playing with the sword, because it took her a few minutes of trying. And they most certainly know that we're probably here now.
I have a question. So with the helmet and the gloves that I looted off the body, with what's left over, can I put on all of that armor and pretend to be a guard?
You could go back into that room and try to put it all on, yeah. Are you capable of wearing heavy armor?
Probably not.
Because if you're not proficient in heavy armor, then first off, I believe spellcasting is not possible in armor that you're not proficient in.
Correct.
And on top of that, you're going to be half movement, disadvantage on it. Like, it's going to be, if you're not proficient in heavy armor and you're wearing heavy armor, it's going to be rough for you.
Okay.
And this is something that will take you 10 minutes to take off if it doesn't even work.
No, scratch that idea. I have a different idea. And I'm gonna talk this through with the group. I'm not just gonna do it. Guys. So,
As you say that, he's like, Zane stops you. He's like, if we're gonna plan this out, maybe back in the room that has a table and away from where the enemies can probably hear us.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So you guys all slowly make your way. You guys. You guys all step over the sword that was propped up in the hallway.
Did any of us actually like trip over the booby trap?
Tempest, roll me an athletics check. She's the only one small enough that this would be a real concern. Everyone else watched her do this. They were pretty aware of walking around it. But
We just stepped really big over it.
yeah, you're able to get over it. You get over and you're like, whew, that was close. I'm lucky I knew it was there.
It's like, gotta like make her have confidence.
Yeah. Booby traps.
Okay, yeah, so you guys all head back into the room. And Zane looks over to Arya, as you were saying.
So, my backpack. I have a pair of fine clothes. What if I, because I'm quite the talented actress. What if I, let on that I was some sort of high, noble, something to do with running running this ship in some way from afar. Any thoughts? That way we don't have to engage in combat.
Zane kind of grabs a chair and sits down in it.
They
Well,
know that they're under attack.
yes, as Ava said, they know that something's happened. They know their vehicle's more than likely not working. These men are run and led by fiends, which you do not look like. And a noble female walking up to the top deck, unannounced and not there before, would certainly be a little strange.
Okay, what if I wear my raggedy clothes and I pretend to be a fiend that caught all you guys? That way, there is an explanation for the source of all this ruckus.
Have you ever even seen a fiend?
Yeah, we just killed some.
Actually, those were not fiends.
No.
Those were
Not at all.
souls that were constricted from some of the layers of hell that were deemed evil enough to willingly want to be part of this force.
Pardon me for thinking of a non-combat solution.
Do you
As
have?
you all were.
Do you have disguised self?
The spell?
Yes.
I don't think so, actually.
Frost, you're scaring the shit out of me. Stop.
I have invisibility. And I have major image.
What's that do?
It's
Which
a more
one, major
advanced
illusion?
minor illusion, so I believe it's allowed to make noises and move compared to the minor illusion.
What's a fucking huge ass spell?
What if I cast major image over all of them?
Yeah, I'm reading it. Hold on. Oh, okay, I remember this spell. I mean, either way, I do think that we're gonna have to fight them. Because once
Okay.
the spell goes
Um,
away,
But
it's not a bad idea, but we could do this and get a sneak attack on them.
yeah, as you say that, Zane says, well, it's not a horrible idea. If we can cause a distraction and make them either look off the side or look up, we might be able to get onto the deck and ready ourselves before they notice we're there.
I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
Let's, I think this hallway is probably best. Once we get them round this corner. So what I can do, I can go up there and cause a distraction. Maybe get them to follow. And then you guys can ready in either this room here or this room here. And as soon as they cross this here, we blow them the fuck up.
Or Arya could dress up as a slave that just got set free and tell them that there's someone breaking people out downstairs.
That is
And
also
you don't
true.
want to get in trouble.
Tell them that the slaves are released.
As you say that, Zane, that's over. If a slave goes up there, I'm pretty sure they will be killed on sight. No slave will willingly run up and warn them that slaves are being released.
I can try to cast major image of a creature to guide them down the stairs to us. That way we all already have our actions readied.
Maybe like a... Well,
Like a
you would have...
pig.
You would have to, yes, what?
A pig! They'll think it's bacon and come down.
Yes. Right. You would have to get sight of the spot you want to put it, though. So you would have to kind of put your head in, create the illusion, and then run back down as fast as possible, hoping that the illusion draws their attention. So that is possible as well.
If I put like major illusion or major image here of like an animal that made a noise, like a bear that roared really loudly, would they be able to hear it?
Yep. It can make
Well,
noises. It can
So I don't even
have
to,
conversations. It can move. It is a very advanced illusion. That
Yeah, it's like a book ass fucking.
it can be
paragraph.
seen through, and someone can just concern it, like realize
Have I
it
ever
is an
seen
illusion.
a fiend?
But the only fiend. Roll me an intelligence check. I love the drawing of the sword, by the way.
Thanks.
Well,
You gather that the only fiend
why
you
did you
can
link them
really
together?
solidly. Oh, did you group?
I need them to be separate.
Am I gonna have to back up now?
You can just highlight the one that you want. Like if you go like that, you can just highlight one.
No, they full out grouped it with a chain.
Oh no.
God damn it, Leo.
I was trying to help. I'm sorry.
You guys literally did this last time, fucking around with it.
Are you happy to be DMing us?
Things in. Table.
Not far enough, apparently. Oh god, hopefully this is far enough, because otherwise it's like 500 seconds back.
It wasn't too far back.
That should have fixed it. Sorry, so what was the question before that happened? Or what was happening?
Had I seen a fiend?
Oh, that's right. So from what you understand, fiends aren't always easy to kind of like visualize or see. The only fiend you can gather that you've seen in your lifetime is recently Jaren as an incubus.
That's what I thought.
Otherwise, you haven't
so-
really encountered anything that
I
would be
mean,
considered a
you
fiend.
could create
What do you guys
an
think?
image of one of their guards and have them scream, say, "We need help immediately,"
Yeah, I like that.
and then we can set up a trap. Like, this is in my mind. I can put my cannon in this room.
I
One
put a
person-
booby trap out in the hallway, guys.
We're going to have to remove the sword.
What if
Or
they trip
pro-
over it?
That's well. We need them to come here. We need
Does
them.
anybody have rope? Maybe we could use your sword, Tempest, and put like a tripwire, and if they trip over it, it comes and hopefully cuts a head off, a whole head.
I have some rags that we could tie together.
I don't think that's going to work.
It could be like a guillotine.
As I love to say, you could certainly try.
Well, I
You guys always make plans like this.
Yeah.
I do not know. I am very new.
I would like to send Corvin to scout.
Okay, so you send the bird. He flies out. Roll me a perception check.
I didn't even think about the damn bird.
Yeah, that bird. I guess you wouldn't know, so I won't say.
Yeah.
It's up to Z to say
I do
if he
like
wants
the
to say.
guard image idea so far. We just need to build on it.
Are you fucking serious? It was on a 10, then it just like slowly rolled over to a 2.
Does
we
it
definitely
does
use
it
the
have
guard idea.
does it have keen sight?
No, it does not. Its perception is +3, so it gets a 5.
Raven stats, mimicry.
But
Yeah.
I can't see through the Raven, so
You can see through the raven, but it comes down to what the raven sees. So you fly out. You kind of go up and you look down, not letting Corbin get a little too close. Is there something I need to know?
yeah, I'm just trying to fucking find it on my sheet. Where the fuck is it? Why can't I find the fucking Raven? Where are you? Oh yeah, I can. Well, I can also control. I can command it.
Well, I'm assuming that's what you did when you you sent it off. Go look.
Yeah, and I can see through its eyes and hear what it hears. So
Yeah. So
fucking
you
dumbass Raven.
immediately upset at your
Question.
connection. Let me get through what Raven sees. So it flies up. It looks around. It looks down. It notices 2 men on the top of this vehicle, standing somewhat on guard. It noticed some ballistas that no one's currently manning, and it can see the stairwell that you guys assume is the way up. But that's all the Raven really sees.
All right, I'll have it come back,
Yeah,
and I will relay that to the party.
okay.
Right, so we learned nothing. Okay.
So I think Arya should be a guard and tell them that we're under siege.
I found a scroll and a piano at Jaren's house. Have I spent enough time with it that I know what it is?
I believe I told you what it was.
I just still have spell scroll unknown. Spend more time together.
No. Yeah, you have it. I sent it in Discord. Protection from good and evil.
Oh.
Casting time 1 action. 1 willing creature you touch.
Anyone want a free dog?
Guys, idea. Building off of the image of a guard, if I could use like Mask of the Wild with like some rags or something in the corner, when they round the corner, I have this really cool canteen thingy, and if I say special words, I could flood their asses. Maybe if we get them in this room and shut the doors, we could flood them and they'll drown.
That's brilliant. I have some rags. Do you want them?
I think there's probably holes in this room. I
Just to
don't think
clarify,
it's
so you're gonna attempt to
sealed.
use Mask of the Wild by using rags.
Whatever.
Let me. I'm gonna read exactly what Mask of the Wild is so that there is no confusion. Because it does not just make you unnoticeable.
Okay,
Right?
forget the Mask of the Wild part. What if we just get them in this room and then flood the room?
I still need to say this. You can attempt to hide, even when you are only lightly obscured, by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, or other natural phenomena.
Heavy water from a canteen.
Was there smoke coming from it?
From what?
From this machine?
It's not
Again,
just that.
disregarding Mask of the Wild. I do have this canteen, and I can make a lot of water.
I think it's probably best we don't destroy the ship. We could possibly use it. That's
Okay,
why
well,
I did not destroy anything in the mechanical room. I just kind of turned things off.
I'll make a guard appear that says, "We've got a problem down here.
I
Where
like
do you want to
that
go
plan.
from there?"
We could get them down the hallway and cause them to come to. How did I make that pointer? That was kind of cool. I don't know how I did that.
What pointer?
Like where you, I made like an arrow that was pointing down.
Well, we can see where your mouse is.
Oh, I know, but it was kind of cool. Anyway, we can get them to come down and get them in this area here. Somebody stands on one side. I stand on one side as well, if someone wants to stand with me. And whoever is in here, we just completely blow their fucking brains out. And then we don't. Whatever's left, we go upstairs and we deal with that.
Sounds good to me.
But you're gonna have to sneak up there enough to
No.
connect where somebody. Well, yeah, you do, because you have to place the image.
Well, what if I put him right here and he calls up to them and says, "I need
It's
some
all-
help down here"?
It's only 20 feet.
The range is 120 feet on Major Image. It can move 20 feet per turn, I believe. The range is
Yes.
120 feet. Target a spot that you can see within range.
So you
And
can
the
cast
creature
it
can be no larger than a 20-foot cube.
Right. So you can cast it at 120 feet, but it can only do its thing within a 20-foot cube.
Well, that's how large the creature can be. It can't be larger than a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
DM,
right?
if I
Well,
cast
like that-
a guard right
It can
here
move
and he
outside of that
says,
20-foot cube.
"Hey,"
It can move on an action
Well, you
wherever
can
it
create
wants.
an image of 20 feet cubage.
if he yells from here, will they hear him up there?
I think they already know.
I'm
that we're
asking
here.
the
You
DM.
can try. Nothing is ever for sure.
If you
I
have
could
a-
say no and you roll a natural 20. Maybe they somehow heard you. Or I could say yes and you roll a natural 1 and they don't hear anything. It's
Okay,
You
to
can
be on the
try.
safe side, I guess I can kind of stand here and like peek up the stairs to cast the image at least up there with them.
Again,
If
you
you
could
guys
cast it
think
at the
that's a
bottom
better
of the
plan.
stairs and have it move up the stairs. That is something the spell can do.
That way I
No,
don't risk being seen.
No, I agree. So we will stand here, and we'll know about the queue whenever you turn the corner.
Yeah, as you can use your
I'll
action
have
to
the man
cause the image to
say,
move.
"Take a look at this," and that's your cue.
Okay. Well, we'll know that you'll run, you'll be back, and we'll know when they're coming, because you'll be like, cool, and we'll know.
Can I go stealth right here on this corner?
Yeah, so you head around the corner, roll me a stealth check. You're okay there.
28.
Okay. So you guys are all having this conversation, trying to figure it out and sort out the details. You see Tempest walk out the room. Ah, she's gone.
Okay, everybody, take your places.
Plan. They cross here, we bash them in their head.
Cross
no.
where the sword is?
No, here.
Here. Where are you
Yeah,
gonna be?
I'm in this room here.
Where should I be?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Probably the other room.
Okay.
Not a lot of space in this room.
So I'm gonna cast Major Image right here, replicating an image of a guard. We've seen and killed quite a few of them.
Okay. Yeah, so you create one. It looks disturbingly real.
Now, can I control it without being able to see it?
It says all it says is that you can use your action to cause the image to move to any other spot within range, which the range is 120 feet. As the image changes locations, you can alter its appearance so that its movement appears natural. Because it is still just an image, so you're pretty much, as it's moving, you're changing the image so it looks like that person's moving as it goes.
Basically, I
said
want
it's, like,
to hide
see-through?
in here.
Oh, what was that, Hannah?
And it's see-through?
No, like, unless
No.
someone knows it's an illusion, it looks real. She could have made a 20-foot cubed dragon flying around in the sky for all she wanted. And it would look like a dragon was flying around in the sky.
Now, I
And-
take it it's concentration, so
Yes.
I am focused on controlling this. I can't ready an action, like if I'm hiding in another room.
Concentration means you can't cast anything else with concentration, and if you get injured, you can lose concentration. You can still do actions, but for the moment, again, you're going to be using your actions at the moment to make him move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I cast him.
But he'll probably disappear by the time he ends at like the bottom of the stairs. Right?
It is a 10-minute time.
Right, but I don't think you can like just create a permanent illusion. Like I think it's like a stationary thing.
Major Image allows you to move it as an action. It can even make and carry on a conversation. The only thing that disconcerts it is physical interaction will reveal it is an illusion, and a successful intelligence check will figure out that this is not real.
Okay.
I'm just reading what the spell says.
I hate the fact that like if you look at one site, it says something else.
I'm gonna stand right here.
It says
With
the image
the door.
appears at a spot that you can see within range, lasts for the duration. It seems completely real, including sound, smell, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted. You can't create sufficient heat or cold to cause damage. You can't create a loud sound loud enough to deal thunder damage or deafen anything. And you can't have a smell that would sicken a creature. As long as you are within range of this illusion, you can use your action to cause this image to move to any other spot within range. As the image changes location, you can alter its appearance so it appears normal from moving. If you create an image of a creature and move it, you can alter the image so it appears to be walking, for example. Similarly, you can cause the illusion to make different sounds at different times, even making it carry on a conversation. For example, physical interactions with the image reveal it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine it's an illusion with a successful investigation check.
So as long as you just don't get it close enough to be touched, that's most
Or
of it.
do something suspicious enough for them to want to thoroughly investigate you.
Yeah. So
Okay. So I cast the guard right here.
I was just reading out the
I-
spell, man. I'm sure it's going to be used again, so.
No, you're good. I want to come back in this room, and I want to basically like close the door, but not where it's shut, where it's cracked, that I can still hear what's going on. If that makes sense.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna be trying to listen to something that's happening a floor above you, down a hall, upstairs, and through a cracked door.
I mean, I'm listening for what happens in this hallway, like once they join my illusion. Anyway, 21.
Okay, we'll see if you hear.
Okay. So is everybody in their places?
Yee.
You don't say anything, Tempest. You're just gone. They don't know where you are.
My
28
brain, I'm ready.
we hear a
Yeah, you just hear a bit of a wind.
Okay. So the guard's down
Mental
here.
fart.
And he's gonna call up and he's gonna say, "I need backup! I've got loose prisoners I've locked in a room down here."
noise.
Make a persuasion roll.
Does my actor feat kick in?
This is a persuasion, not a performance.
This is hold on. Is this more deception than it is persuasion?
23.
I guess it doesn't matter either way.
Well, what did you say to it? Because you said that you needed help down below, that stuff was happening. Like, so it's not technically a lie. She is being honest about the fact that there's shit happening and that they need help. As far as the guards are concerned. So technically it's persuasion because you're not lying about what's happening. You're not telling them that there's an ambush waiting for them, but
We're so good at lying that it's persuasion.
like if she was to say everything's all clear, they've been dealt with, that would be deception. Yeah. Anyways, you said 23?
Yep.
Nice.
What's going on? Who's down there? What is it?
There's loose prisoners, but I've locked them in a room.
How'd they get loose?
I don't know. There's some dead guards downstairs. Probably the keys.
That's going to be a deception check.
There are dead guards downstairs.
You said you don't
And
know.
they stole their keys.
You said you don't know that there's dead guards and they stole keys. That's a deception.
Okie dokie.
As the conversation goes on, they're determining whether they believe this or not. Like, it's not just going to be one roll.
Cool. 9.
What's your charisma?
You said deception.
Yeah, so what's your deception score?
+7.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
What do you need? You just went out. Do you have to pee? You just pooped.
So one sounds like they believe you, but it takes a few seconds go by, 30, 45 seconds. There's no response. No response immediately. You don't really hear anything. What do you mean the guards below are dead? How are you alive?
Listen, I'm not proud, but I hid in a closet. And then I ambushed them and locked them in this room.
You hear what sounds like swords being pulled out of sheaths.
Nice.
You attempted to tell them that you hid in a closet that does not exist and locked them in a room that...
There's a closet right here!
Where? There's no closet.
Right here! It's
That's
the
not a
engineering closet.
That's not an engineering closet. That is a room where the engine is.
Oh my god, so I said closet. My fucking bad.
What you say matters, man. Where did that flip?
Listen, do you want Asmodeus to get his prisoners or not?
Make a persuasion with disadvantage, because
Rude.
they're not sure about this anymore.
$14.
So, a few seconds go by, and then you hear some more shouting. You got 5 seconds to come on out.
You've got 5 seconds to come down here.
Make a perception check.
$26.
It's a natural 20 as well.
Yeah.
You hear some murmuring. Like you're shocked that you're even able to hear them talking about this. I don't know. Like, do we tell the boss? Like, I know he said not to bother him, but clearly we've lost control here. What do you?
The
What should we? These are the two guys upstairs talking. Like they're trying to murmur to
says-
themselves.
the image says, "You know we have strict orders not to bother the boss."
They call back. Look, we know you're not a guard. We haven't even, like. What do you really not know who you're messing with here? You can't just take one of these vehicles.
Come look at me and tell me I'm not a guard.
Well, you don't see anything, but yeah, you don't see what's happening. You're only able to listen right now. What's your spell save DC?
I believe it's 15.
So, you hear some more murmuring. No, I'm telling it looks like a. No, I'm telling you, look at it. It is an illusion. It's not real. Look at it. And then yeah, you're kind of right. And he's just standing there, not even doing anything.
The guard kind of shifts his weight like he's getting impatient.
You don't see what's happening. You can only
Am
hear.
I able to see Arya? Like, did you close the door?
She has the door cracked
I
open.
cracked it.
So you hear. See, it went right through, and you gather that they had just fired a crossbow bolt through your image, hitting the floor behind it.
The image goes, ugh! You scuffed my armpit!
Make a performance check.
Okay.
Come on, nat 20 this one too.
Oh my god.
It's a performance check too.
My armpit!
Right now, I'll be clear. One knows it's an illusion. He's trying to convince.
29!
Oh no. How?
See, look, he got hurt by it. No, I'm telling you, it is an illusion. You can see through him.
Oh,
But he
God,
seems
I'm
like he's
so
hurt.
sorry.
I don't understand. Like,
Oh my god.
what should we do? I don't know. You just shot, like, I don't understand what's going on. One of these guys is completely confused. The other knows you're full of shit, but he can't seem to convince his friend because you keep rolling high. Look, if you want to go down there and deal with it, go for it. But I'm telling you, it is an illusion. And as you're trying to say that, shut up! I know you're not real. Whatever you are, I'm done with it. If you want to go down there, it's your funeral. They're just sitting there arguing. Now they're rolling against each other.
We somehow broke the guards.
So, by the way, the one that knows it's an illusion rolled a 3 in terms of persuasion. Look, clearly, what's the worst that can happen, okay? I'm just going to go down there. I'm going to check it out. If it's bad, I'll come back. Look, if you go down there, I'm not going down there. I'm staying right here where I was told to stay. You go down there, it's your funeral. One of the guards starts going down the stairs. The one who you have seemingly fooled, the other one is not leaving. He's shaking his head and walks away.
Starts walking this way, like, I've got them locked in this room, and just leads them to this area.
Do you
For the
give us
ambush.
do you give us the cue? Do you give us the winky
You
thumbs
said
up?
you would know. You said I didn't
Fine.
need a cue.
Okay.
Can this one dumb fucking guard.
Do you
He,
remember the
he
story?
inspected again as he was trying to follow this illusion, could not see through it.
Do we all? I mean, do we have our actions ready?
Yeah, so
Where are we?
what is
Like,
everyone
ha-
readying here? I need to know the order of events that's going on here.
I'm going to ready my crossbow bolt, and then my Betty is gonna ready a force ballista shot.
I'm gonna ready a shit dagger.
Can I ready a spell when I'm already doing a spell?
If it's not concentration.
Yeah, you can break the concentration.
Well, if you do another spell that requires concentration, your image will fade.
Yeah.
If you do a
What if
spell
it
that
doesn't
doesn't
require-
require concentration, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you not have a crossbow, Henegray?
I'm gonna ready
no.
suggestion.
Oh, you got a crossbow.
Because I'm a boss ass bitch without.
She has 3 daggers and just constantly throws them, and it seems to work for her.
Okay. Whatever.
I
I
guess I'm
see
gonna
you
ready.
doing 30 damage in one hit.
I'm gonna ready magic missile at level 2.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's level 2 suggestion.
I'm gonna ready a shit dagger at level 5. Rogue throw.
Fuck off with your level 5. Leo, are you doing anything here?
No.
Just like sitting down with Van.
Okay.
He's just watching this chaos play out.
Aria,
This man probably has a family.
suggestion.
He about to get fooked.
Okay. So,
He better do a fucking aerobatics over this goddamn dumbass sword on the ground.
this is gonna be something else. This is gonna be interesting.
This is
I'm
gonna
a
be a
really
one
good
shot.
performer.
This is
You know
gonna
what?
be.
We got one of them. It's fine.
All right. So the major image starts walking him past. Fucking let me grab the goddamn fucking
Can we have
piece.
pieces? I would like to know where they are.
No, you have one piece. The mirror image isn't real. One guy came down. The other said, "Fuck you. You die down there. It's your problem."
Okay.
He was not feeling it. He knew you were full of shit.
I'm peeking through the door, so like, do I see him rounding the corner?
So the major image is still walking. Is he saying anything else? Is he?
He's just saying like they're locked right in here, and he's taking them to this door here where he has locked up the prisoners.
Okay, so the guy stops right before that door then.
What about my sword on the ground?
Must that be like the thing he trips over, falls 10 feet?
Tell you
We
what,
just-
I will roll for it, but I will roll for it. It needs to be a nat 1 for anything to happen. This is a sword that's flat on the fucking floor. Yeah, natural 20. He sees it. He sees it the second he goes down the stairs. He sees the corner of it on the floor. He walks over to it, just staring at it the whole time. Steps over it without issue. Looks back, shrugs his shoulders, notices the candles,
Dragged his
takes
feet,
a second
okay?
look, and then continues to walk. Real glad I burned a natural 20 on that.
You're welcome.
He stops right at the doorway, sees it's cracked open a little bit, looks at the major image. I thought you said you locked them in.
At that point, Arya steps out with her readied suggestion and casts it on him.
You held an action. You can't use your movement.
She just stays peeking out the door.
Well, you
must be
you had the
picking the
door
lock.
open. The door's open. Why would they be picking anything? You left it open.
No, I'm saying the illusion in response to the guard, since Arya can't move. When he's like, I thought you said you locked him in there. The illusion says they must be picking the lock.
The door is slightly open. You had it open so you could hear into the hallway. It is very
Yeah, I know.
clearly an open door.
They must have picked the lock.
Okay, well, for whatever fucking reason, this guy can't roll above a 5 when it comes to seeing through it. He pulls out his sword, long sword, and slowly starts to kind of peek around this corner and push open the door. Now, a lot sets off here. A lot. Now, because it's funny, I would like to start with the suggestion.
Okay. So he's gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Poor thing.
He's having a bad day at work.
10?
Fail.
Oh, poor thing.
Okay, so you're allowed to suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two.
You feel that something is off here. You trust us, but you should probably call for your comrades.
Now, here's the issue. You get a suggestion. This all happens at once. Everyone else gets to go at their held action at the same time. See what happens. So, Abba, you're Bolt and Ballista. Roll me your attacks.
Yeah. Where the fuck is my table? There it is. Boop. Oh, this is for the bolts.
Okay.
That cocked. I don't fucking know. Do we get advantage?
Just a side note, that spell took concentration, so the minor or the major image, I believe, is gone now.
Yeah, you're right. So the major image is gone. Disappears from existence. I don't believe there's anything that would give you advantage. This is considered a surprise round, but not something
I
that would.
remember surprise.
If you're a rogue, then yes, you would get advantage for it
Yeah,
because it's a
rogues,
surprise round. But I don't believe you get advantage just for
Okay.
it being surprise.
All right, so that was for the crossbow bolt. This one is that was 11 to hit.
Which does not
This
hit.
one, yeah, and this one is for my Betsy. Are you fucking kidding me? Well,
So
never mind.
I need you to roll me 2 d20s. Just like downstairs with all the prisoners, you are shooting at a guy in between you and the rest of your friends.
2 14s.
You lucked out. So you shoot your crossbow, your ballista, your Betsy shoots as well. Both kind of arc off. Miss him, hit the door frame on the other side. You almost hit Arya. It would have hurt.
Hey, watch it.
Sorry.
Both miss. But you don't hit Arya, so that's a good thing. Tempest, your dagger.
Woo!
Now you do have advantage because he has not gone yet. I believe.
Dope! So advantage on my attack roll?
Yes. Actually, wait, you do not have assassinate. Yeah, no, so you do not have advantage, so take the lower one there.
Well, 9 plus 7?
You didn't pick assassin. I forgot. Zane has advantage if he did something. 9 plus 7 just misses.
16. Okay. Yeah, that was my shit dagger.
So yeah, you throw the dagger. It ends up hitting the bolt that's flying towards him because this all happens at once, and you guys end up hitting each other's thrown or ranged attacks, kind of bouncing off each other and not hitting him.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's real impressive. Not so much for him. Z, magic missile.
It's just straight damage. That's the best thing about it.
Motherfucker made me look this up.
There's
Although
no attack roll for it.
I kind of like that because it's gonna have something funny happen here.
It's gonna be 7 damage.
Create... Or deals 1/4 plus. Yeah, magic missile just fucking.
Yeah, the only counter for magic missile is shield.
Yeah. 1d4 plus 1 force damage to the target. Okay, so how
We're
much
still
damage?
playing 45 minutes. Hopefully my edible kicks in.
So how much damage?
It was 7.
7 damage. And that was it for the surprise round.
Wow, we did so much, guys.
So everyone's doing all this at once. They like all just kind of do all these effects as Arya had told this man. You're gonna call out for your friends. Most of you somehow missed. Honestly, it kind of would have been funny if all of you missed, but magic missile manages to kind of go past Arya. 3 little darts just kind of fly off and hit him, all kind of piercing him a little bit. That immediately removes suggestion.
Oops.
Yeah. At this point, I'm gonna need everyone
Glad
to
I
roll.
wasted a spell slot for that.
This is why I checked the spells. The very last line. If you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends.
He couldn't
How was I
call
supposed
out.
to know?
It was all happening at once. You guys all held your action for the second he was in that spot.
Oh, we're rolling an
Okay.
attack?
Literally never used
Initiative.
suggestion and it worked.
I mean, it worked. He would have tried to do what you said, but he didn't get a chance. He got barraged. And honestly, almost everyone missed. You would have been fine. And then the magic missile came in and hit him.
It happens. I mean, we are surrounding. Is this guy here?
So he is here.
Oh.
Yes, he is in the doorframe now. Okay. I need to roll for him and Zane.
And I just kind of realized something. I'm kind of glad that I missed just for the sake of it. But I use my Eldritch Cannon as a bonus action, not an actual action.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't know that.
Okay. Now I know that.
Yeah, fucking dude, there's so much of this fucking class.
Okay, so. One plus.
Oh, Lauren, my work cells use edibles. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Okay.
I
So.
can't risk it.
X.
They're Delta 8 though.
25 to 20.
You can
21.
still actually test positive.
We
I
had
know.
2 there. So what was what?
25.
21.
21 as well.
Who has higher dexterity?
Mine is +3.
Mine's also +3.
Roll for it, boys. Each roll a d20. Whoever has higher.
Y'all roll the same. I cast Bardic Inspiration.
Ah, yeah, you probably go. I show on that one.
Barely.
Why you doing double better than me, boy?
So we have Z and Abba at 21. 20 to 15.
15.
Right. He's gonna let you go before him.
It's nice having a character that actually has a +2 initiative now.
X.
15 to 10. Actually, at this point, Arya, what do you have?
9.
I'm proud of us. We got at least one guard down here.
Not only that, but some metagaming here. He's at the bottom of the initiative order. So you guys get a whole round on him.
Oh, surprise round number 2, pussy.
All right, top of the round we have Leo, and then it is Z.
Then it's who?
Z.
Okay, you cut out.
Is it?
I'm gonna cast a weapon.
I don't think it's. Yeah, you guys did a lot of talking and planning, so yeah, okay. You cast spiritual weapon. It appears behind him. Is it nat 20?
Oh. Yeah, nat 20 to hit.
On the spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll whatever the damage dice is, and then double it, and then add the modifier. Oh, this is poppin' music.
My
8.
dog is so unhappy.
8 damage.
Why are you making him sad?
That's my turn.
Okay. Not doing anything else. Not doing an action or.
Nope.
Okay. So that's the end of Leo's turn. Z, you're up, Ezekiel.
Alright, I'm gonna hop up on the table here
Okay.
so I can see over Arya and cast Eldritch Blast.
Even when you make a new character, some things never change.
Warlocks, man.
Fly.
All right, roll for it. Don't you have to roll like multiple for the?
Yeah, it's 2.
Do you like the warlock?
Oh, I love playing Warlocks. They're so much
Oh,
fun.
good.
It's 11 and 22. Or, what's 15 plus 7? Yeah, 22.
So the 11 misses, the 22 hits.
Sweet.
Roll me a d20 after you're done your damage.
10.
10 plus anything?
Nope, just straight 10.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Oh boy. Oh come on. Oh, I thought it was a 1 again.
Cool. So roll damage for that.
Oh,
Do you have the thing where you surge?
what?
No,
He's
no,
not a
no, no, no.
sorcerer.
Oh,
Actually.
just
He
warlock.
is a sorcerer.
Oh, he is a sorcerer. I thought
He is
was
a
warlock.
multi-class warlock sorcerer.
You and these
That's
multi-classes.
10 damage.
Yep.
So, one missile ends up piercing through this man. The other goes through the, ironically enough, exactly what the image said, and went under his arm, in between the chest and arm, and went right into Betsy, taking 10 points of damage.
Betsy took 10?
Betsy took 10. You guys are making ranged attacks through a hallway back directly across from each other. It's a risk that happens. If you miss your target, there's a chance you hit someone behind them.
All right, and
Ross, stop.
as my bonus action, I'll cast spiritual weapon as well.
Of course, I have to find an image and make a piece. You guys suck. What is the spiritual weapon going to be?
Oh god, I haven't even thought about this. Just make it a giant sword for now. I'll come back to it later.
Okay, now I need to... fun fact, don't search spiritual sword. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card, apparently. You know, it's kind of funny. Gonna use it.
I was gonna say, just use that. It'll be great.
It looks like this, except the only difference, it is pure black.
Oh boy. And roll to hit with that.
Okay, you guys kind of see this, but you don't really. A weapon kind of forms, and you've seen that happen before with Leo, but Leo's is kind of like a very light blue, almost water-like color and texture to it. This sword is pure black, like it is oozing just darkness off of it. And what was the roll?
25 total.
Yeah, that hits. Yu-Gi-Oh card.
All right, 6.
6 points of damage. I mean, slowly but surely, you guys are getting them up there. Okay. So is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Abba, you are up, and then Tempest, you are after.
Alright. Gonna hit him with a crossbow.
Okay.
That's my action.
So yeah, you load the crossbow, you aim it at him, you fire.
Yeah, I think it's +3.
15 does not hit. What's your dex is 3, right? Are you proficient with crossbows?
No.
No.
I
You're
don't-
not
I
you're not
actually-
proficient
actually,
with
I don't-
simple or martial weapons?
I don't know, how do I tell that?
Well,
there's
where are your
so much
proficiencies?
shit.
What is your proficiencies? Just list that.
I don't know.
Let me look at your card.
Perfect. Weapons. Simple weapons.
Simple weapons would be a crossbow. So you would add 3 on top of that, so it would be +6.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Whatever that was, +6. What did I fucking roll? So, 18.
18 does hit.
I'm glad that you know how to play my fucking character.
I mean, it's just numbers and shit in general I'm really good with. So yeah, roll for damage.
Alright, hold on. My dice. Is it gonna work? Okay. There we go. Sorry, damage.
It should be 3 plus your dex. So 6.
6 damage. Anyway, I know how to play this other thing. I'm going to bonus action use my Force Ballista.
Okay. Take a shot.
Fucking shit. I get advantage.
I don't see why you would.
Yeah, I don't. Alright, cool. Fucking 3, innit? Or
Uh,
6.
6 does not hit. I need you to roll me a
Yeah.
d20.
Thank God. I can roll high on not hitting my
Okay, yeah,
teammates.
so you're good. It just can't seem to lock on properly. It fires, and it again just goes right past him into the wall. Arya, you feel the heat of it and the force, but it doesn't hurt you, and you get a little scared. Is that your turn?
Sorry.
What did I say about watching it?
Sorry. Sorry.
Is that your turn?
That's in my turn.
Okay, Tempest, you're up.
Hold on, I'm trying to spell a word. It's totally butchered, Lauren, but you could probably sound that out. Yeah. 1, 2. Ooh. Well, I guess that's 3 since I'm shimmying next to that.
It's a floating weapon that attacks.
Okay.
It's you're short. It's easy to have you both there. You're both
Okay.
kind of small.
I'm gonna attack that with my twisted dagger.
All right, roll a melee attack.
Bum, 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 bum.
Man's not.
16 plus 7.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. So twisted dagger. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I need you to stop killing my enemies. 3.
What's my new temp health?
It can't go above your level plus your proficiency, so it doesn't go up.
Okay. So what did I roll? It's 2 plus 6, so it's 8. I'm gonna do a sneak attack.
Yeah, he has someone next to him, so you have sneak attack.
So 19.
19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he's looking
Uh,
rough, but he's still standing.
For my bonus action, I would like to stab him with my shitty dagger.
Yeah, roll an attack.
— 17 plus 7.
Yeah, that'll hit. So this would just be the 1d4.
Yeah. So 1.
1 damage. Okay.
You're just like, whoa!
Every little bit adds up.
And then you're like, wah, poo!
He is looking bad. He's panicked. He's scared. He does not know what just happened, but there are people around him. There are floating weapons. There's turrets and shit firing off around. Like, he is terrified. That's the end of your turn?
What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Zane's not really able to get in there and do much. He's gonna just watch. He seems like you guys have this handled. So Arya, you're up.
I would again like to cast Suggestion.
Okay. Now, keep in mind what you're about to ask him to do is you're about to try to ask him to convince the man who knows that you were using an illusion on him to try to come down, and the chances that's going to succeed are very slim.
Of
I just don't want you to waste another spell
Wait.
slot on something that's going to be extremely difficult to do. You can
trying
try
to
it.
get him-
Like, the man that didn't come down knows that it was an illusion, knows that it was bullshit and that you were trying to trap him. So the chances he's going to willingly come down, even if this guy tells him to, is very, very slim.
We can just kill him, Lauren, and then go up and slay him since it's just one person.
And yeah, this guy's looking rough. Like it's a wonder he's somehow still standing amidst all this damage.
I'm just gonna do vicious mockery.
Okay. And that automatic. I have to make a saving throw, right?
Yes.
Uh, 8 plus wisdom.
Yeah.
So yeah, just 8.
Fails.
What are you saying to him?
I call him a boner waffle.
So he panicking at this point, freaking out, looking around, seeing all this happening, pretty much ready to piss himself because this is a lot, even if he had a lot of will for this. And all of a sudden he just hears, and he passes out. He's gone. He falls to the ground. Weapon drops to the floor. He is dead. He had 1 hit point left when you did that.
Wow, Henry, you couldn't roll to a fucking 2.
You know what? I did pretty good, okay?
You got killed by boner waffle.
Hard times.
Okay, so yeah, for the moment you guys have finished this. This man is dead on the floor, blood everywhere, 2 floating weapons on each side of him.
I want to check his, give him a little investigation there real quick. Check his body.
You search his body. Roll me an investigation check.
6 plus
That's a nice warm body.
14.
That's a sturdy body. No. You managed to find typically what you would expect on these men by now: a heavy crossbow on his back, a long sword, some armor that they all seem to be wearing. You do find 1 single key around his neck.
Yeah, we definitely, I will be taking that. Okay. Are you guys ready to go upstairs?
Do we see that, or is he not telling anyone?
The key?
He
Yeah,
didn't try to hide it. I mean, anyone that was in the hall.
I'm just having PTSD from yesterday, so.
Should we just walk right up the stairs? Cause the next guy knows.
Well, I'm running very slow on spell slots. Unless you have anything else, I don't know what we can do besides say fuck it and go blow their fucking heads off.
I
I
got
have
it,
invisibility.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I could. Let's see.
I could try to go stealth with you.
I can make 2 whole people invisible.
And we give them a surprise?
So 2 people invisible plus our rogue can go stealth.
Well, keep in mind, stealth is something that you're hiding behind something or under something or in a way where you're not seen. Stealth doesn't mean you can just walk straight up to someone in the middle of the open, not seen.
Could I hide around a corner unless there's a door? Could I hide behind the door?
I mean, you could hide around a corner, but you would be stuck in that corner hiding, not able to get any closer or do anything without being seen.
Yeah.
Like, hiding is hiding. It's not like you can just walk into an open room and say, I want to hide right there, and then all of a sudden
You're
you
telling
vanish.
me I can't just disguise myself as this fucking concrete and fucking slither around?
I'm telling you that's not possible. Also, this is a metal vehicle with no concrete on it, so that would be very strange.
You know, whatever the fuck the flooring is.
That is metal.
I can make 2 people invisible.
Maybe give them a surprise attack.
I'm good for sneak attacks.
It's up to everybody else. I don't think it'd be a good idea.
Zane chimes in. If you could get me there without him knowing I'm there, I could do a lot.
Okay, so Zane and Tempest?
I think
Both
just
of-
between me and Zane alone, like, we should probably be able to take care of
Both.
some things.
Both rogues. They
Huddle
go
up.
fuck- They go stabby.
And I give her a hug.
We do a group huddle, I touch them both, and I cast invisibility on the 2 of them.
Now, to make 2 people invisible, is that a third
It is
slot?
at 3rd level. Yep, that's my last 3rd level slot.
Just making sure you're keeping track. You've been using a lot of different spells
Yeah.
here.
I'm keeping track.
Was that Sydney? I heard a slam. So either someone's breaking into my apartment or Sydney's home. Anyways,
Everything's
Dave.
fine.
yeah.
It's Canadian. They'll forgive you.
Not in my neighborhood. Zane and Tempest disappear.
Dope.
Bye. Do good things.
And then I would like to walk with Zane. Hopefully he's walking with me.
Yeah. So you guys begin to walk. Sorry, I got a mess.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. So you guys begin to start heading upstairs. What's everyone else doing while this is happening?
Oh.
I want to wait at the base of the stairs and ready like my dagger. Where if it looks like Zane and Tempest are getting into trouble, I would like run up and stab somebody.
Little shiv.
Okay.
Shit.
Leo, what are you doing? You be a quiet boy. Forcing you in here.
I'm gonna wait at the stairs until I hear something, and then I'll go up.
Everyone else?
How tall are these ceilings?
The ceilings on this floor are about 10 feet high.
Oh, dope. So I will be back here, and my force ballista will be. Hold on, let me make sure. It will be upside down on the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah, so it kind of crawls up the wall and goes upside down onto the ceiling.
Nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Guess
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
follow along.
Sydney's confusing me. Okay, so yeah, you guys head up top. I guess I can
I'm surrounded
finally.
by spiritual weapons.
Yeah, I figured they floated forward with the enemies. It hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
It's only a minute on spiritual weapon. At least.
Oh, is it only a minute?
Yeah, it's only a minute.
Yeah, so as you guys are figuring this out and deciding to go up top, you guys start heading into the hallway and poof, it disappears. Okay, so apparently Sydney has a cyst on her right ovary.
Oof, that'll do it.
Yes,
I have
indeed.
been there. Feels. Feels.
Okay, so you guys start to head up top. You guys notice that there's only one man here. He's at the door, knocking on it, trying to talk to someone inside. And by you guys, I mean Tempest and Zane. I need both of you to roll me. Did I already make you roll a stealth check? I did not. Roll me a stealth check. Zane is also going to roll a stealth check.
$26.
And Zane rolled. Oh. His stats here. Why is this so zoomed out? Zoom in, please. That is. Okay. Had a higher stealth than I would have assumed. But he is a rogue. Okay, so yeah, the guard doesn't seem to notice you just yet. You guys continue to add to him?
Yeah, well, I can't speak for Zane, but I definitely want to go up behind him and stab him.
Yeah, Zane walks with you. You guys kind of were holding hands, getting a sense of where you guys were. He grabs on to the guy, pulls him back, and you both try to stab into him. So roll an attack with advantage. And Zane will do the same.
Woo! 5 plus 7, so 12.
Does not hit. But Zane does hit. So 16 plus yet for does hit. Because this is a surprise round for Zane, the guy does not know he's there. This is a surprise attack, meaning it is an auto crit.
Would I be able to do a bonus action or no? Like use my other dagger to try to stab him?
I mean, you
Not on a
could,
surprise round.
but it's... Yeah, it's...
Usually you just do one action, and then you can do bonus actions.
Okay.
But surprise rounds as a rogue are fucking ridiculous already.
Okay, so Zane has to roll a lot of stuff. That is 12, 24 plus 4, 28 points of damage. So, you guys start sneaking up on this guy and being very quiet, trying to be very careful. He pulls him down, and you try to stab at him, but you barely miss, and it scrapes against his armor. And then Zane stabs him square in the back as he's holding him down, like pulling him down. And you just hear the guy, and he's alive. He's okay for the moment, but he wasn't quiet about getting stabbed in the back here. And the second you guys both do this, you both bamf back into visibility, no longer invisible. And gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Do all the actions that we were holding, any of ours kick in?
You can hold an action, you can't hold movement. So if you're holding an attack, that's fine, but if there's nothing to attack, you can't do anything. It's how it works, man. You can't hold a whole turn.
No, not that. The fact that I can't get above a 10 in a fucking initiative roll.
Oh. Zane needs to roll. This is Zane. This is the veteran. As well. And then we have these guys. They are +3. And then we got... Okay. So. Come on. 8 + 3. Okay. And let me switch this. Because this is going to be... Copy music. Okay. So, 25 to 20.
23.
21.
21.
Leo, what's your dex?
12.
Modifier, so that's what, +1, +2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Abba goes first. And Leo. 20 to 15. That one, 15 to 10.
12.
7.
Seven.
Oh no!
Johnny, I'll paint the scene here. You guys, for the sake of brevity, I'll say without having to cost an action here. Oh, he's fully gone now. You guys all managed to run up the stairs, and get kind of up top to see what's going on. I'll lay it out here. I'm gonna have to measure one day and make you all the same exact size because it bothers me. Let's say it was right there. And you guys see Tempest on one side, Zane was on the other. They pulled this vet forward, tried to stab at him. You see Zane connects. Tempest did not manage to pierce the armor of the soldier. But as this happens, the door opens. And you guys see, oh, I'm not black anymore. I can't even see through the fucking fog. It's like, why can't I see through this? Okay, and you guys see, a very different image than you were expecting. A man comes out. He's wearing almost full armor and clothing. He has pieces of metal scattered about him, similar to Ezekiel. He seems to be wearing almost what you would expect a battle mage to be wearing. It has some aspects of metal and a lot of aspects of just cloth and robes and kind of a little different than that. He comes walking out holding this long metal staff, and he just stares at everyone. I need specifically Arya to make me a perception check with advantage. You can't fully tell, but it seems like there's two invisible entities floating out beside this mage that demands attention. You don't know what it is. You can't really make out exactly, but you can definitely tell something is invisible.
Guys, I think there's more than what we see here.
And so now before you have a man prone on the floor, a maid walking out of this door, intimidating and clearly the leader of this transport, and some kind of invisible entity on each side of him. And that is where we'll leave tonight's session. Because, well, Johnny's gone and a fight with you guys takes years.
After I just rolled a really good initiative.
I have it all written down. It's not like I'm gonna forget. But yeah. It's gonna be fun. Okay.
Wait, who's the wizard fella?
You don't know. You look at him and he seems to have metal pieces of armor all around him that don't fully cover him, but have the same green tinge as the other men you fought. But he's also donning robes that kind of hide his face and go across him. And you can tell that it looks to be a magic wielder based on the staff and armor alone. But other than that, this is concerning.
Yeah,
This-
but I'm fucking pussy.